Here we go.
In the books.
Underway.
In the books.
Official.
1-9.
Official dishel.
Like a referee with a whistle.
Coming to you. Oh, wow. Look at you.
Bar.
Bar.
Yup.
Coming to you from...
But I'm not a rapper.
This guy's so stupid, bro. Coming to you from the great city of Detroit. It's cold as hell outside.
We're coming to you live from the city of Canton, Michigan.
This isn't Canton, though.
Okay, we're in Canton.
It's Westland.
Westland. Don't give out false
It's
information.
really Westland.
Is it really?
It is.
Yeah,
really
don't,
Westland.
All right, coming
don't,
to you live from the city of Westland.
don't give out false information.
Westland says Garden City / Canton.
/ Detroit.
But I mean,
/ Metro Detroit.
you're not going to tell people, hey, from Westland. You know, we're
Just say
here in Detroit.
Metro Detroit.
We're here from Detroit. You
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
Sit back, people. Talk about sports. Talk about things that What do you think people do when they listen to our pod? Like,
Who the fuck do these guys think they are?
If it was me, I'd be eating like a nice
you think they're
little meal,
eating, working out? I typically work out when I listen to pods.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you're doing, just relax. We'll talk about whatever.
Sit back, grab a 6-pack.
All right,
I mean,
listen. I got to get right into this, and I got to talk about what happened on Sunday night, bro. All right, I'm gonna lay this out for you real quick. If I would have told you two teams were playing, one quarterback throws 5 interceptions, 5, 3 of them in the first half. Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
3 in the
we got
first
it.
half, and that quarterback still wins the game. Only one team can do that, and that's the Detroit Lions.
Speak up. Speak up when you say the Detroit Lions. Speak up. Detroit Lions, your team, your city's team,
Okay.
the greatest team in football right now.
Yeah, they definitely are the best team in football, man.
Best and greatest team in football. Say it with your chest. I want you to say it louder. Just say it louder. That's all I want. That's
Is
all
there
I want.
something on your chest?
he wants more conviction.
That's all I want, man.
Do
He
you
didn't,
know,
believe, he didn't believe you.
believe what?
You gotta say it with your chest.
Say it. Say
The
it louder.
best football team, the best football team in the NFL right now is the Detroit Lions.
Yes. Don't you ever forget that.
Well, fucker, I was in the Lions way before you. bro.
No.
I was, I was in the Lions last year.
No, you were not. Not more than
You were on the Lions. Like, what do you mean when you guys say, well, you were on the Lions?
I mean, shit, I was in the Lions the beginning of this summer. Me and him argued who had a better roster. Them or the Niners.
That doesn't like you have to be more convinced like how we are. We're actually like we're ecstatic when we watch a Lions game.
Well, you guys
we're
are
like
Detroit,
into it.
You
know
guys are
what I'm saying?
Detroit
I want
Lions.
you to be with us.
You guys
brother.
are Detroit Lions fans. I'm not. I'm from.
That's why.
No,
That's all I want.
Detroit Lions fans out there, real Detroit Lions fans, don't want me hopping on a bandwagon. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan.
They don't watch why wouldn't
Because
we allow
those people that went through 0-16.
We weren't on that boat.
No, you weren't on that boat.
you? I'm saying we weren't
You know what
on
I'm
that
saying?
boat. Yeah.
And I'm not going to just hop on. I picked them to go to the Super
I mean,
Bowl.
I'm gonna speak for myself. I was a Tom Brady fan until he retired, and I told you guys after he retired, I was gonna be a Detroit Lions fan. Is this true or not?
It is true.
Is this true or not?
True.
Man, just
But what
like,
kind of person would I be if I just hopped on and said I'm the biggest Detroit Lions
like
fan?
like how we're happy when they win, like me and him, because like Detroit, us, city.
I want to see Detroit do very well, man. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I hope the Lions don't win another game if it was against the Dallas Cowboys.
So let me ask you a question: if Patty had a chance to 3P or the Lions to win a Super Bowl, who'd you want?
I would.
What would you want to watch? I'm sorry.
I would want to watch Patty 3P. 100%. Guys, I am not a Detroit Lions fan.
Are you a Patrick Mahomes fan?
I am a Patrick Mahomes fan. What is
I'm
this
talking
new?
about? You see what I'm talking about? That's all I'm talking
But hey,
about.
what's the problem with that though? What? No. But what's the problem with that?
What do you get out of like?
What
You
do
know,
you-
like when the Lions win, like your city won a Super Bowl. Like, bro, this city
Yes.
finally won a Super
The
Bowl.
city you grew up in.
That's
But like,
fine.
if Patrick Mahomes wins a Super Bowl, what does that really do for you?
Guy, nothing. It's my favorite player in the league. What did LeBron James win a championship for you do for you?
Nothing. He's my favorite player in the league. But I never had a favorite team.
It doesn't
You
matter.
have a favorite team in the league.
Just because I have a favorite team doesn't mean I can't have a favorite player.
No, but you shouldn't want him to win. You should want the Super Bowl to come out
But
of your conference.
the Detroit Lions are not my favorite team though.
But you should want the Super
Now,
Bowl
if
to
it was
come out
against the
of your
Dallas
conference.
Cowboys, I would hope that he tore his fucking ACL or in the middle of the game. That's the only way to fucking win. You get what I'm saying?
I
Like,
guess.
Or you could bite a kneecap or two. Maybe that's how you would.
now, do I think that the Lions would beat them? more than likely.
We're definitely not watching the Super Bowl with him.
100%.
Oh, wow.
110,000%. I'm not doing no. There's no way.
I'm not doing all that.
Sorry, guys. I won't be fake to the people out there, man.
Don't be fake.
I
It's
won't.
okay. No
You
problem.
just have to watch it at home by yourself.
That's fine.
It happens.
That's fine.
It'll
We'll
be
see.
the first year we do that, in probably 15. But
Do you guys want me to be fake to the people out there, man?
it's not about being. We're not calling you fake or authentic. We're just saying like the premise of it.
The premise
You'd
of
rather
you
see-
being a LeBron fan and cheering against the Detroit Pistons is the same thing that I'm doing.
It is,
Don't be a hypocrite.
and it was wrong.
And I'm saying I don't think it's wrong though. You have a favorite player, bro. It is what it is.
No, but with
You know, he doesn't have a favorite player, by the way. Patrick Mahomes is not your favorite player. Neither is Steph. You were just threatened by LeBron, and now you're threatened by Tom Brady. And you want guys that could threaten that.
Absolutely not. Tom Brady has
1,000%.
guys. Tom Brady
It
has
just so happens that a 30-year-old's favorite player in basketball is Steph Curry, and the other one is Patrick Mahomes.
Why would Steph be anything to do with LeBron?
Ouch.
Because he was beating LeBron because it was threatening Kobe
And then
Bryant.
I was a LeBron fan. I'm
It was
still a Steph
threatening
fan.
Kobe Bryant. So
Guys,
you don't like it.
Guys, Patrick Mahomes has nothing to do with Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
sit
what it
here in front of this camera and still say that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. What
definitely
else?
is.
So then, what else do you guys want from me?
But you're also the same person that said if he wins one or two, he's the GOAT.
Out of emotion, bro. We had a full conversation.
So you don't believe he could be the GOAT anymore if he three-peats?
Wait, if
Like, if he three-peats this year, will he be the GOAT?
no, not yet.
Oh, wow.
Okay, cool. Wow. All right. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
We legit had a
You're
full.
despicable.
We had
Yeah.
a 40.
You're
We had a
despicable.
40-minute conversation.
Hey, you're actually despicable.
We had a
bro.
40-minute
You
conversation.
would
in
rather
front-
see him win instead of the Detroit Lions, bro? You would
That's
want to
insane.
watch that game and be like, man, I hope Patrick Mahomes beats the Detroit Lions.
Guys, I'm not a Detroit Lions fan. I hope they do well.
And you can't compare that to LeBron. I've been a LeBron fan since 2005.
And I was a.
I'm 40. I grew
guys,
up on the motherfucker.
I
I'm
was,
30 years old.
And guys, I was a Patty
He's been in
Mahomes
the league
fan
for 4 years. How long could you be a
from
fan of this?
rookie year.
That was 4 years ago. That was 5
Okay,
years ago.
it doesn't matter. I can't start to be a fan.
You know
Why
what?
is-
You know what? You know what? You know
I
what?
guess.
Do you?
But
Do you?
but why is it such a big deal?
It's because like
Just don't claim your affinity for the city of Detroit no more.
No, I can't claim my
can't.
affinity
How?
for the Detroit, for
How?
the city of Detroit. I
How
grew
can
up
the most
in,
important milestone in the city's history, probably, if they win a Super Bowl this year, how could you say I don't want to see that? I want to see my favorite quarterback.
no. Wait,
with a
wait,
Super
wait,
Bowl.
wait.
That's crazy.
Favorite.
How can you have an
quarterback.
opinion for the
Quotations.
city of Detroit and want them to see them go through that?
oh man,
You know what? It's okay.
Man,
It's
you shouldn't
okay.
show your face in the city of Detroit.
It's
anymore.
okay.
I'm disappointed in you.
In me?
Very disappointed
How
in you.
are you disappointed in me?
I'm
bro?
disappointed in you.
You're comparing your affinity to Patrick Mahomes to mine to LeBron, bro. I've been a fan of it since 2005. Obviously, by 2020, yes, I wanted
But
to beat Detroit.
It's the same premise, bro.
It's not the same
were
premise.
cheering against
No, in
LeBron.
2007, I didn't care if he beat Detroit or not. He was 5 years into the league. In 2007, I would have been that much.
You weren't
I had
cheering
that much
though.
affinity for
You
him.
didn't cheer against
You-
I would
LeBron.
cheer, but if he lost, I'd be like, it's his fifth
But
year.
you know
Like,
what
I'm
the
not
thing?
upset about
Hey,
that
you know
he
what the thing
lost.
is though? He's a LeBron fan, just a LeBron fan,
You have a fan of another
and
team.
he went to another team, but he wasn't a fan of of the Raptors. You get what I'm saying? Like you're a fan of the Cowboys, and your favorite player is Patty Mahomes, and you don't
Okay.
want to be Detroit. There's a big difference.
No, there isn't.
Yeah,
a big
there is,
difference.
boss. You already have a favorite team.
Guys, I've been on the same. I've been solid forever.
Okay,
I've been solid.
no problem. No problem.
I found a player that I liked.
No problem.
So I cheer for him.
Okay.
It would look bad if Patty was playing the Cowboys and I cheer for Patty against the Cowboys.
At this point, I don't know.
I think that we're all in the same boat here.
Is your
fellas.
affinity for the city of Detroit? I never had a great affinity for the city of Detroit, but you've always claimed love for the city of Detroit.
Yeah, I love Detroit.
So how could you say I love Detroit and then say my favorite player for the last 4 years, I wanted to beat Detroit in a Super Bowl? It's not like a regular season game in the Super Bowl.
I never said that I want him to. I said I'll cheer for it. I don't care who wins in that game at that point, then, bro.
You know what, brother?
It doesn't make a difference
got
to
it.
me.
You know what?
You
You're
got
right.
it.
I
Hey,
think that you guys.
You're right.
I think that you
You got
guys
it.
are being hypocrites.
You know what? I'm not a hypocrite.
You're from the city of Detroit, and your
Yes.
favorite player was Tom Brady.
Yes.
You're from Detroit, and your favorite player was LeBron
Yes,
James.
and then what happened? And then my player retired. Listen.
Okay.
Listen.
Well, wait, it doesn't matter though.
never
Listen
had a
to me.
favorite team, though.
Listen to me.
It
Listen
doesn't
to
matter
me.
though.
Mattered a lot.
It doesn't.
Even when my favorite player was playing or wasn't playing, I was still cheering for the city of Detroit.
Man,
You know what, man? You're right. Move on. Go
let's
ahead.
move on.
Go ahead.
Look, I want to stick on the
The
Lions.
issue is the Lions are third on your. The city of Detroit is third on your total poll now in the NFL. That's the issue. It goes Cowboys, Pat, Lions.
It's always been like that, though.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
not
be
saying you changed.
guys,
I'm
but
saying
guys,
I'm not
it's
saying you
not
changed.
guys. I'm not gonna ever be fake.
I'm not
bro.
saying you changed or that you're wrong.
I'm not ever gonna be fake.
Why do you keep making it a real versus fake
brother?
conversation?
You know
It's
what,
not that
brother?
type of conversation.
Go on. Go ahead. Talk. It's okay. You're right.
All right, but speaking of the Lions, though, I did want to, because this is something I've been thinking about, though. When it comes to the Lions, though, I don't even want to talk about the AFC. I want to talk about the NFC. Take away your fandom for the Lions real quick, though. Who do you think can beat the Lions in a playoff game in the NFC?
Probably the Eagles.
Eagles?
I probably think the
Why
Eagles.
the Eagles,
Eagles
though?
are playing phenomenal football. Even without that, with the coach being as bad as he is, Jalen is on the right pace. Saquon's having an enormous year. AJ Brown is healthy. Everything's clicking for the Eagles. Even their defense.
Yeah, their defense has been playing better this year.
Even their defense. That was their weakness.
Yeah.
It's not better.
In
They
that team.
completely turned it around.
They completely turned it around. Bro, they're 7-2.
Yeah.
They're 7-2. They're a legitimate football team.
Beating some good teams too.
They kind
are.
of got a recipe, too, because they got the run game. They got some weapons on the outside.
Saquon's not working.
Their roster, real talk, might be better than the Lions roster if you just look at it
on paper.
Yeah,
Oh, 1,000%.
on paper.
As just like head to head, offensive line to offensive line to the
They have
lines.
similar offensive lines.
The wide receivers. I mean,
By
I'd
far,
rather have
Eagles.
AJ Brown and Devontae
Eagles
Smith.
by far.
Yeah,
No
the
matter
Eagles
what.
got a bunch
Running
better.
back tandem.
Tandem,
Be
yeah.
careful. I'd rather have obviously the Lions. Saquon is still a fucking beast, but I'd still rather have the Lions.
Right.
And defense are both garbage. But they're playing to the best of their ability.
The Eagles this year have one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, they've been playing.
Yeah.
They've been playing a lot better
Oh,
this
yeah.
year compared to last year. They're playing. Their young corners are stepping up.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that it was the Eagles.
Niners.
I can't see the Niners.
Niners. If CMC can get back to form, then maybe the Niners. But I think that the only team that has like real weapons to like beat that Detroit Lions team, and it's probably going to be in Ford Field, is the Eagles. And I even think that's a long shot.
Not
I
a
think-
long
In Ford
shot.
Field, it'll be tough.
Yeah, in Ford Field, because the Lions proved, bro, even in their worst form, they could play with you. They could beat you in different ways. That's how good teams, great teams play, man.
Well, they
Beating
proved
you
it
in
on
different
Sunday.
ways.
Yep.
Jared Goff will never look that bad ever again. I hope not.
That was bad.
I hope not. I
That was
hope
really
not.
bad.
Right? He'll never look that bad, and they still won that game.
There's no excuses for his receivers. That was all him. All his balls were short or overthrown.
It was him and Ben Johnson a little bit. It was the play calling too, because they were going for a lot of home run plays when they really didn't need to. Like you being down 10 in the first quarter, you don't need to be.
You know what happens,
you don't
though,
need to go
guys,
for the
is
home run play
it's a
every time
long
down.
season. You should want your team to get out some of these few
Stinkers.
stinkers, bro. I would not want my team to go undefeated.
Set expectations
I
too
would
high.
not want my team to go undefeated, bro. Like, real talk.
Why not?
You know it firsthand.
I mean, I know
You got to get
yeah.
a stinker out the way, bro.
Yeah.
You got to get a few of them out.
Yeah, you can't,
You
have,
gotta
your, you can't have your stinker in the Super Bowl.
You don't want to or run into a really hot team or no adversity throughout the year. Everybody, listen, everybody is shitting on me on TikTok right now because I told everybody I wanted to see how the Lions are going to look when they're playing down. I can't show my face in Detroit.
Somebody said something though. Somebody commented on our YouTube and was very right. And they were like, they commented and they said, you know, the Vikings were up 10-0 on the Lions that game.
Well, here's the thing that we got to tell people. So that short was cut off. The end of that short, I said, I don't know how they would play from behind against Lamar and Patty and Josh. That was my point against
still,
like
though,
elite
bro,
quarterbacks, and they did it against Stroud. I mean, he's not elite, but he's a really good.
That team is
quarterback.
elite.
Houston's not elite, but
Bro, they're
Without
tier,
Nico and Diggs, it's tough to call.
they're
Yeah,
tier
man.
one.
not on Sunday night. They
Lower tier.
Lower tier,
Lower
but,
tier.
but
they had no
they're
business
tier
losing
one.
that game against the Lions.
And they had no business winning that game against the Lions.
Well, so I mean, that team right now, like the way they're constructed, they go as far as Joe Mixon takes them. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Like he's their offense right now.
Obviously without Nico. But
Yeah.
Nico's coming back this year.
So,
Monday Night
yeah, man,
Football
I mean-
against the Cowboys.
Yeah, hopefully lose.
Oh
every-
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, just another beat down
Yes, sir.
the whole freaking way. Eagles? And if it is the
I
Eagles,
can't see like the commies. No,
no,
I can't see
absolutely not.
Jaden. No.
No.
Niners. No, I can't see the Niners.
The
beat
only
them.
that maybe the Niners, because the Niners have
I
experience.
can't say the experience. Okay, but like, bro, they're playing horrible football.
They've
been
been
hurt a lot,
They've been
too.
really
They've been
injured.
hurt, but okay, like how can it guarantee that they're not hurt? That they're not gonna? Like,
I think even at their full strength, though, I think the Lions can beat them. Commanders too young.
way too young.
I think Green Bay isn't ready for that stage yet. I don't.
Maybe, maybe.
Love isn't ready to do
Not
that,
yet.
bro.
He
No.
will be one day. Not
You know, not yet. The Vikings, not with
Sam
Darnold.
Darnold's not gonna be-
Not
We
with
just,
Darnold.
we just got to talk about the NFC East. I mean, I'm sorry, the NFC
So I
NFC North,
and it's so the Eagles.
okay, NFC West.
Maybe Niners. So I think the Niners still have like the 5th or 6th best odds to win the Super Bowl this year.
Rams.
That's out of respect.
Rams.
No, I mean,
It's
it's
out of
out
respect.
of
can't see the-
understanding them being healthy. They're
Yeah.
still going to be really fucking good.
Can't see the Rams doing it.
No, unless they went on a heater, but no, not
Who else is in
that
the
Miami
NFC?
game made
NFC
me
East,
very
okay,
pissed off. I mean, I
garbage.
had money in the game, but we'll
NFC
see, man.
NFC West. Who's in NFC West? The Niners. The Niners.
There's nobody in the
There's
in
no-
the NFC. The two real teams are the
The Niners,
Who's in the NFC South?
the Falcons. The
There's
Falcons.
nobody. There's nobody. It's the Niners and the Eagles.
That's
The
it.
Those are
Niners
only
and the
two real
Eagles.
teams
Those are the only two teams that can do
My
it.
thick is-
AFC is just going to be different. Every Lions fan that I talk to, they just say we're curious to see how we would play against the Bills, the Chiefs, and the
Well, we have a game against the Bills.
We do.
the Bills. That's going to be a really
sir.
big
A couple
game.
weeks from now.
The only one that's scary because I keep on going back and forth between who would they have a tougher chance, tougher game against the Ravens or the Chiefs, and I just keep on thinking about that stat that the Ravens with NFC teams and when like the Ravens wiped the floor of the Lions last year. That
Yeah, I would rather see the Ravens. Being honest with you.
you would rather see the Ravens instead of the
I mean,
Chiefs.
the
You would
Chiefs
rather
instead
see the
of the
Chiefs.
Ravens,
Yeah. So,
Ravens are too hot right now.
but their defense is dog shit, man.
I mean,
Their secondary is dog shit. Especially with Kyle Hamilton going down now, it's not going to help either. But their defensive line is one of the best in the league still.
yeah, their front eight is really good.
So
Secondary is bad.
They have a good way to combat what Detroit does best, which is run the ball.
And then
But
they
I'd
got,
still rather see the Chiefs.
and then they got Lamar.
whose defense is better? Chiefs or
Chiefs.
Ravens?
Chiefs.
The Chiefs arguably have the best defense in the league.
Yeah, they got a better defense. You're gonna have a complete culture shock seeing Lamar because they don't have to play anybody like that unless they play Jaden this year, which I don't think so.
Who? The Ravens?
The Lions. I don't think they played
I don't
Jaden.
think
No.
they do,
No, okay.
They did not.
And that would be okay too.
I mean, they play.
It would be good practice though to get
The
over.
Bills, I would have to check. Somebody would have to fact check me, but I think we play them late in the season.
No, play them in 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
Hopefully that game matters.
I think so. That's what I was
Oh,
going to say. Because
yeah.
if it's late enough in the season, we might be resting our starters anyways. Because if they get a good lead in the NFC, they're not going to play the starters much.
I wanted to jump off the Lions, and I got to talk about the Cowboys. I got my Parsons hoodie on, and
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the Cowboys, and they got completely destroyed. But I wanted to talk about Dak real quick because obviously he's out for the year. But Cowboy fans out there, I think that the Dak injury is a blessing in disguise for Dak and for us. And let me tell you why I think that. I think it's a blessing in disguise for Dak because anybody with two eyes can see that that team's not good enough to really make the playoffs. And Dak being the highest paid quarterback in the league showed that he can't elevate that talent any higher. He just pretty much looked like the rest of them. It wasn't putting up big numbers. So I think it saves his image not having to play with that team. Just real talk. You know, we were going to see some really bad numbers by the end of the year with Dak, and, you know, rightfully so. But again, it just proves that he's not one to elevate. And for Cowboy fans, the good news is at the end of the day, we're going to finish really bad, get really good draft picks, start to build again. But more importantly, it's going to force old man Jerry Jones to fire Mike McCarthy because that boy's a punkin. So it's a glimmer of hope out there for us, man. So that's all I have to say about the Dallas Cowboys.
Cooper Rush comes out and goes
No,
5-2.
he won't.
How do you know that?
And if he does, it doesn't matter though.
Can I say something?
What's up?
Don't take any offense to this. I'm not just talking to you or about you. I'm talking about every Cowboys fan that I've ever met. Every Cowboys fan that I've ever met. You guys are all a bunch of suckers, bro.
Why is that?
Because the Dallas Cowboys are not a football team, bro.
Why is that?
They're a TV drama show. They're not a football team.
That's Jerry
And
Jones.
nobody. Yeah, I know, but that's like us saying like, yeah, this podcast doesn't suck, but just the hosts suck. I mean, that's the guy running the show in Dallas.
Yeah.
And he's bad at his job.
Yeah.
And for the last 30 years, he hasn't proven to any of you guys that he's competent or able enough to put a Super Bowl team together.
Well, what are we supposed to
For
do?
30 years.
What are we supposed to do?
He sold you on the show that is the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
He sold it to you. And you guys all bought in. And you guys bought in because he brought a Super Bowl 30 years ago.
Yeah.
That's why. It's 30 years later now. And the only thing that the Dallas Cowboys can say is they sell tickets and they get eyes.
100%.
That's all they do.
I agree with you.
They're not a real football team.
We're not suckers.
They're not a real football team. You guys are a bunch of fucking suckers, bro.
No. Real.
But they
You
can't do
guys
anything
are a
about
bunch
it,
of-
though.
No.
They're not- They can't. That's the definition of a
real,
sucker.
but Hetty,
I mean, you
Hetty,
do.
real Cowboy fans understand though.
Yeah.
You're sitting in front of a real Cowboy fan, and I
Yeah.
temper my expectations about the team.
Every year.
I do.
Yeah.
I temper my expectations.
Exactly.
When I think they have a good enough team, then
Who else does that in the entire league?
nobody, because we don't have an owner that tries to sell us every year.
That's what I'm saying.
Start a petition. Make a move.
But that's what I'm saying, bro.
Get his ass fired.
You can't fire the owner.
I mean, you know?
You can't fire
You got
the,
players calling out coaches. You got players making faces on the sideline.
rightfully so.
We keep and then okay, but you could say rightfully so. And then it comes to Dak, who was gonna still throw 4,000 this year, and still throw 25 touchdowns, and we're gonna sit there and put the blame on him when Jerry Jones, his most notable activity in the last 2 years was getting Mingo for a 5th round pick or 4th round pick.
Beheady.
So like this is what I mean by you guys are suckers, bro. It's not a real football team. The Dallas Cowboys, and you'll see, I mean you probably already see it or you'll see it in a few years, but that's a TV show, bro.
We know that.
It's a drama.
Well, we know that we have to overcome
It's just
Jerry.
selling tickets, bro.
We have to overcome Jerry Jones. What are we? What are we
Jerry
supposed to
Jones
do?
already came out and said, "Yeah, I thought Cooper was going to play better than Dak did." What do you mean? So why'd you give that motherfucker $60 million? If you thought your backup was better,
But-
or is it that you want people to watch Cooper rush?
Yes, 100%.
That's what it is.
100%.
That's not a real football team, bro.
Here's my only
That's
problem.
a marketing promoter. That's a marketing promoter genius that owns a football team, bro. That's all that is.
The only thing I have to say about I agree 100% with you on everything you said. I'm just not a sucker because I know.
So why do you keep doing it?
Doing what?
The love is just there. It's never going to go away anymore.
That's how you go, baby. When you're a fan of a team, you go down
For
in
how
the
long?
forever.
Till
Forever.
Till he's old
I have a
and
question
white
for you guys. Are
and
you
gray.
guys like true Detroit Lions fans?
Now, yes.
Okay, so when there will be a time that Detroit Lions won't be good. It's just how it works. In
Right.
10 years, 5 years, 2 years,
Right.
3 years,
Okay.
whenever it is, when they win like 2 games in a year, what are you guys gonna do?
It's not going to be the owner trying to sell us and tell us that they're good.
It doesn't
We
matter,
have
but what
that's
are you
the
gonna
issue.
do,
It doesn't
though?
matter. That does matter because they've been that bad. They've been the worst franchise in football for 30 years.
No,
and we
but-
always looked at Detroit, even as Detroiters, and say, "Yeah, bro, we're just not good."
Where we are now.
Yeah,
Like
but
if we love Detroit, it's because we love the Lions because like we're either from Detroit or like it's our hometown team. That's why people like Detroit. But you got Cowboys fans in Los Angeles, you got them in Dearborn, you have them in Kansas City, you have them in Miami, you have them in Oregon, you have them all over the place, all over the map. It's not a hometown team, and everybody loves it because it's the greatest show. It's a TV show.
well, they're holding on to the
It's
memories from them.
but a lot of the Cowboys fans nowadays, Hakeem, they're not old enough to remember those memories.
Yeah, it's family
So
ties.
It's Jerry Jones
You
Yeah.
can't.
telling
Listen,
them, "Hey, the Cowboys are great.
you can't do anything about it.
Hey, and we're gonna get them next year."
And you
But
know
like,
what?
listen,
And they believe it.
But what shows us
Listen,
for
the
the last 30
only
years
thing
that
that
they would
I
figure
can
it
do is I can just go year by year, and I can see if I have a good enough team to compete.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
When I say suckers, I don't mean you guys are idiots.
I
I
know
mean you
that.
guys fell into the.
But-
you guys always fall into the. And he's a genius.
I
Don't get it
listen.
twisted. He's a genius.
I agree with everything with you. I don't like that you. I don't like that you don't like when people criticize Dak Prescott though. I'm not.
could
saying-
criticize him.
wait.
You could
I
criticize
didn't say that Dak Prescott was a bad quarterback. I don't have a special talent at quarterback. This is what I think about Dak. I can do a lot worse than Dak, and I could do a lot better than Dak. You know where that puts us?
In the middle.
Right in the middle.
Right.
I said it was a blessing in disguise for Dak. I said it was a blessing in disguise for Dak. I said it was a blessing in disguise for Dak because, again, this team sucks. And I know he's not good enough to elevate this type of roster.
Right.
You can criticize him, just don't put the entire blame
I'm not
on
going to
him.
blame on him.
Sometimes you do, brother.
But when you're the quarterback,
Yes.
and you're getting paid the way that you are,
Yes.
the sword falls on you. You get all the credit in the world when you win, and you
True.
get all the credit in the world when you lose.
How many sacks does Michael Parsons have this year?
That's
He's
not
been hurt.
fair,
I mean,
bro.
how many
mean,
games
he's-
has he played?
What, like
3?
2 or 3?
He's played 2 or 3 games.
But what are you mad about Parsons for? You know what? I respect the hell out of Michael Parsons.
No, you don't, because you would hate that guy in your own locker room if you were in a Cowboys fan.
Nope. You
If
want to
he
know
comes
why?
out the next
Because
day,
he's the only one that cares, man.
Zero.
He cares.
He doesn't care. He's just like Jerry Jones. He cares about selling his podcast. He talked shit about his coach, and then when they asked about it, he said, "Check out my podcast for my reaction."
The guy that
He's
cares
selling
on the Cowboys team
podcasts, bro. Is
is
Dak.
Dak Prescott.
It's Dak Prescott, bro.
Dak fucking
He's the
Prescott.
only one that's shown he cares
I've
about that
told you
team.
that.
No, he doesn't.
We've defended
nuts,
Dak,
bro.
and you
You're
haven't.
nuts.
You've been shitting on
CD
him.
cares about his numbers. Micah cares about getting viewers on his podcast, and Dak cares about winning football games. That's from the outside looking in. That's what I could see. And Jerry Jones cares about putting fans in seats and eyes on TVs. That's the best
You want
I
the
can
truth?
see.
You want the truth?
That's
none
best
of,
I can
none of
see,
them
bro.
care about. In that case,
And
none
that's
of
why
them.
when I tell you, Dad, go get your money. That's why I was saying,
None of
go
them.
get your money, bro.
At this point, yeah.
Go get your fucking bag, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, what have the Cowboys shown to you in 30 years that could tell you we could surround you with the talent you need to win a Super Bowl or be very competitive? Zero.
No, they've surrounded him with some good teams.
The best season you guys have ever had was 11 wins and a playoff win.
Guys, we went back to
That's the
back
best
years with 12 wins, man.
With a playoff win,
I
you
understand.
boot for it, bro.
But okay, so now let's go back to those games though. That wasn't that our quarterback didn't fly off the charts on that, man. If the sword falls on everybody, including Kim, this is not all poor Dak.
No, it's not.
It's not poor Dak, man.
No, it's not. I never said. I don't think either of us are making the case.
I
that
just
it's
said it was a
all
blessing in disguise for everybody, including Kim.
We're just saying, brother, you criticize the most out of the Cowboys. The most
Dak.
person you
Because he's
criticize,
the quarterback.
I understand that. But sometimes not all the blame goes on him, though. You can't blame him for everything.
I didn't blame him for everything.
You used to, in the summer, you used to blame him for everything.
Yes, because what I watched in the playoff game, yes, he deserved the
Okay,
blame.
I mean, like,
Come on.
You see what
So
I'm
his
saying?
defense doesn't deserve blame for
His-
giving up 28 points in the
His
first half, bro.
defense 100% does deserve blame.
Like, brother, the
But-
most guy that needs to get criticized is Mike McCarthy.
Guys,
This is the coach.
Yes, he absolutely
Okay.
should.
So start shitting on him more than Dak.
I don't want to make this a Cowboys pod, but like real talk, I really, really don't. But yes, the defense gave up 28 points. But did Dak help his defense at all?
No.
The defense
his
didn't.
defense help him?
The defense didn't help
But
him,
I never
and he didn't
said-
help
we
the
never heard you shit on
defense.
the defense.
The defense is trash last year.
But you
But
never-
the because
you never-
got hurt.
You never did that when they
Guys,
lost.
the defense. Listen, when
said it
Lamar
was
loses,
Dak.
I'm gonna blame Lamar. When Patty loses, I'm gonna blame Patty. When Tom loses, I'm gonna blame Tom. When Hurts loses, I'm gonna blame Hurts. I blame the
No,
quarterback.
I've seen you defend Patty in a loss. When he lost to Tom, you said his offensive line sucked. And you
Well, his
blamed him.
offensive line didn't suck last year.
No, I'm saying with Pat.
But
you blamed
in
on other factors.
most cases,
There's other
guys,
factors in a football
but
game,
I'm
right?
just saying, in most cases, the blame will fall on the quarterback. Yeah, man, it just does, bro.
It's debatable.
Come on,
It's really debatable.
Depends on how your quarterback plays.
Exactly.
and he hasn't played well.
In a Super Bowl, when your quarterback throws 500 yards and 4 touchdowns,
Yeah, nobody
I can't
blamed-
get on your
nobody blamed
quarterback and
Tom.
be like, hey, my quarterback.
You get what
didn't
I'm
show up.
saying?
Even
Tom didn't show
vice
up.
versa. With the Super Bowl, Petty against Tom.
Tom didn't show up. I want you guys, since we're on the topic, I want you to open up your phones real quick, and I want you to look at this picture I just sent you guys. I want you to take a guess
Whoa.
who's on the left and which player is on the right.
I mean, the one on the left is
I see the hair. That's
is Petty.
Patty.
It's definitely Petty.
The one on
What
the
about
right.
the one on the right?
Who is that? Like
Oh no,
Gino or
I
somebody?
want to guess it. Can you give me the year?
Oh, this is this year.
Oh,
Who is that?
9 weeks
that's
this year?
Geno Smith.
It's definitely Geno Smith.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the numbers up so they could see it, so everybody could see it. The Kansas City Chiefs have allowed exactly over 25 points in a game this year 0 times. 0. The Kansas City defense allows a full touchdown less than every team's average. Whatever your average scoring output is in a game,
Minus that.
you're going to be held to less than a touchdown by that amount.
Wow.
They have the third best overall defense in the league. The third best. I say that to say this. Currently, through 10 weeks, no disrespect, but Patrick Mahomes is absolutely getting carried by his defense through 10 weeks. Does that mean that's going to happen to get him to the Super Bowl? No, it doesn't. Does that mean he's not going to show up in the playoffs? I'd be willing to bet you he's going to throw for 300 a game and 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And not a lot of picks. But through 10 weeks, Patrick Mahomes has been getting carried by his defense.
And his coaching.
And I say that to say he should not be in the running for MVP because a lot of people are out here now trying to say, oh, we need to look at Pat for MVP.
No.
You can't be an MVP with 12 touchdowns and 9 picks, bro, through 10
That's
weeks.
insane.
You can't do that when you're putting up Geno Smith numbers and your defense is the best in the league, basically. Sorry. And then if you say, oh, time of possession, he keeps his defense on the field. No, because the top 5 defenses, all of them are top 5 in time of possession. Every single one of them.
That's crazy.
It's a weird.
He's getting carried right now.
It's a
by
weird
his
puzzle
defense.
with what's going on over there.
It's a weird era of quarterbacks, man. That's all.
No, it's not.
That's not a weird era of quarterback.
No, it's not.
It's a less shittier era.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue to talk about it. And we'll probably talk about this for the next 15 years. The quarterbacks are so good nowadays. You're putting more on their plate than teams have ever put on their plate to create offensively. With that, you're going to get outstanding numbers. You're going to get fantastic plays. But you're also going to get some losses that are questionable. You're going to be like, hey, Josh, how'd you lose that game, bro? Lamar, how'd you lose that game? Even Pat in his career before. Like, hey, how'd you lose that game, bro? But it's because, again, how much they're asked to do, you're like, whoa. So, for example, you gave Derrick Henry the best run game in the league. Somebody I called washed. He comes, he might break the single season rushing yard record this year.
Yeah, he's on pace.
He's on pace for 2,000 yards this year,
It was
bro.
a perfect combination.
What kind of year is Lamar Jackson having?
MVP year.
Arguably the greatest quarterback season ever, regular season.
Yeah.
He's on pace to have the greatest regular season by a quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah, he's running through the
He's
league.
going to be over 5,000 total yardage. He's going to be at 4,500 yards passing. He's going to be at 40 touchdowns and 4 picks is his pace.
That's insane.
With
bro.
124 passer rating, QBR. It's the great. He has currently the greatest QBR in NFL history, and if he keeps it up, he's going to have the greatest QBR in NFL history in a single season.
That's wild.
And all you did was give him a weapon.
Yeah.
You took away his defense, and you gave him a weapon. When you give these guys help, you start seeing them shine. You're like, whoa, bro. Oh, so that's how good they
Thing is,
fall down.
it's not even his weapon.
And Lamar is arguably not the second or third best quarterback in the league. Some people don't argue. Like,
It's
he's not
all-
second or
it's-
third.
It's not even his weapon.
It's all coming together over there in Baltimore, man. You gave him Derrick Henry. Say Flowers is growing into
Good.
is growing into a good number one.
Deontay.
They gave him some weapons,
Hey.
but we've been asking for that for Lamar for a really long
But
time.
that's what
Put
I'm
some
trying to
players
say.
around him.
The thing is,
that's-
even without it, he's still putting up crazy numbers.
But that's the thing that's the whole point I'm trying to make.
Right.
Is these guys are fucking spectacular.
Here's
Yeah,
the
we-
thing, guys.
But a lot of times, you ask them to do things that shouldn't.
Guys,
always fall on
here's the
quarterback.
thing. You know what? You want to know what's great about what we do every day? I mean, every week on the pod, and all the content you see. You can't fool football fans, man.
Yeah.
You just can't. Like, at the end of the day, I don't overreact in the regular season anymore. I don't care. It's the stupidest thing you do, like week to week, overreacting. Oh my God, this guy had the game. And I still catch myself doing it. Like, I apologize to you from the beginning of the year. We was like sitting here saying, like, talking about Stroud being the second best quarterback in the league if he did this and did that. And like, we overreact in the moment, but you can't fool us for the most part with regular season, right? Numbers, this and that. Like, we want to see it in game time. Like, we know how good Lamar is. We know how good Patty is. We know how good, but what is it when it matters? And that's what we want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you can't fool us anymore.
I feel like it's going to be different with Lamar this year, though. When it matters, it's going to matter.
Oh, yeah, man.
I just don't want to. I don't want to get caught in the whole like if he plays Kansas City, let's say in the AFC Championship game, right? And he puts up 24, right? And he has 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, maybe a pick. 75% completion rate. I don't want everybody to walk away from that and be like, yeah, Lamar choked again. That's where we can't be unfair.
So
we have
Hetty,
to be fair.
the only I and I agree with you.
Right.
But it's only different with Lamar because it's becoming.
No, he hasn't played well in his past. But if he plays well and still loses, that's not, oh, you're still a choke.
It's not that, but it becomes a label on you when it happens over and over again.
It stuck to Peyton for a long time.
Until he broke it.
And it took him a long time to break
But
it.
rightfully so.
That's what I'm
but
saying, like-
Hetty, you can't blame people though. You can't. Right?
I can blame people for taking it out of context and
Out of-
saying,
but
hey, like would
just-
you still look at him as a choker if he, let's say he loses 24-27 against the Chiefs?
It depends
and
on
he has a
how
great game.
it depends on how it goes. No, not
Lamar
numbers.
Lamar drives them, game-winning drive, and he beats them in the last second. Game-winning drive.
It's-
Patrick Mahomes does.
But that's what it is.
Is he a choke?
No, he's not a choke. But I still got to walk away and say he can't win the big one. You get what I'm saying?
That's fair.
But
though.
I'm not gonna.
That's fair, though,
I
Hetty.
haven't come out and called Lamar a choke because again, I tried not to run with the herd, but more than likely, there's something that your quarterback could have did to win that game. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like we're talking about Petty here, and not only is he getting carried by, his defense, his coaching, the special teams.
Right.
Zebras.
I don't really like the. Sure, that's the greatest compliment in the world. That when you blame, cheating and zebras, that's the greatest compliment in the world. You know what I'm saying, to a great team. I don't like comparing two quarterbacks next to each other with numbers because let's flip weapons real quick. Geno Smith is playing with Metcalf, Jackson.
Metcalf's been hurt a little bit this year too, though.
Jackson, Lockett. There's weapons,
And
right?
a 37-year-old head coach, not Andy Reid.
But what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, though, is we know what's going to happen in the
See
playoffs.
how you always try to slide past shit like that?
No, because
You always try to slide past like the most important shit and focus on the smallest things. Like, okay, cool. He has one more weapon than Patrick Mahomes.
he has Hetty.
Tomorrow-
Lockett would be the number one receiver on the.
Would the Chiefs tomorrow trade JSN and DK for Andy Reid? Tomorrow, in a straight-up
No,
trade.
no.
Why
But
not?
Andy Reid doesn't play out there though. At the end of the day,
Still, would they do
Lockett
it?
had no, of course
Why
not.
not?
But Lockett would be the number one wide receiver on the Chiefs.
I don't know
No,
if
he
he'd be
wouldn't.
better than
Yes,
D-Hop.
before they got Hop,
I don't know if
before
he's
they
better
had
than
D-Hop, before they had
Plus,
D-Hop,
Kelsey's a better-
Lockett would be
Kelsey's a better weapon.
he would be their number one wide receiver.
Kelsey's a better weapon than anybody.
They'll switch with him.
I'm not saying
him and
Geno
Worthy.
Smith is Patrick Mahomes. I'm just saying.
But we
this
know
is,
that, though.
Bro, the only thing that I'm asking is consistency.
And
But
context.
what's the
Consistency.
consistency? Yes.
Is with Patrick Mahomes. Do you want to know why he wins so much, bro? Because he's a great fucking quarterback, maybe the best ever. And he has a lot around him.
Yeah.
Nobody in the history of team sports
Has won.
has built a dynasty all on their backs.
Of
It's
course.
impossible. You're playing against the world-class athletes, the best people that play that sport in the entire planet. There's 11 of them on the other side.
Okay.
If you don't have all the help in the world,
Of course.
it's impossible to win 3 in a row.
True.
It's impossible to win 7.
Yes.
It's impossible to win 4 in basketball. It's impossible to win 2 3-peats in the 90s. It's impossible.
Doesn't sound.
But what we do is, with Patrick Mahomes, we take him, like we say, oh, Travis Kelce plays fucking great. Oh, yeah, man, but Patrick Mahomes, man. Oh, well, Andy Reid is, the best, arguably the best coach ever. Yeah, well, Patrick Mahomes, man. And then we go, well, the defense is the best in the league. Then we go, well, oh, he doesn't have any
Hetty,
weapons. Look what he does.
but Hetty,
okay, he doesn't
I
have any
get
weapons,
that.
and his offense is 11th. It's not like he has. It's not like he has
1,000%.
weapons. Here's my problem. It's not like he doesn't have weapons, and this motherfucker's out here throwing 25 touchdowns and 4 picks.
Yeah.
He doesn't have weapons, and he's throwing. His touchdown interception
Yes.
ratio is almost 1.
Yes, bro. But nobody's disagreeing with you though.
But they are though.
But
in
Hetty,
a lot of ways, they are
that's,
though.
But Hetty, that's
Because
that's,
it's still people to this day.
that's Hetty. That's record
Kansas
being.
City Chiefs' run through this year, all credit goes to Patrick Mahomes. In the media, on this podcast, in MVP polls, in MVP odds, it's always going to Patrick Mahomes.
But that's because it's a record of being an undefeated record. They're gonna give it to the coach. They're gonna. He's undefeated, guys. They're gonna put him in the odds. It's just how hype it is.
And so Josh Allen throwing 20 touchdowns and 4 picks with nobody out there and being damn near undefeated. How? Where's the argument? Where's the argument?
I
for it?
agree with you though, but I'm telling you,
How does he have better odds to win the MVP than
because
Jared Goff?
It's just
How?
because of the record, bro. That's all.
Jared
that
Goff
is.
is damn near undefeated.
He's not though. That's what I'm trying to say. You're not getting it. As soon as they lose a game, see what happens to
The
his
difference
odds.
between Jared Goff and Patrick Mahomes' record was a block kick last week, bro.
But Hetty,
That Patrick Mahomes had nothing to do.
but that's
Just last week.
That's
what
just
you
how.
talking
But
about?
that's just how.
I'm
it
just
is.
saying, I'm giving you an example.
But that's just how it is, though, bro.
It's not like that.
You'll
For any,
see-
it's not
you'll
like
see-
that for anybody else.
But you'll see. But you'll see. Let them lose a game and see what happens to his
anybody
odds.
else. Last year, the Ravens had one of the best defenses in the league, and Lamar played well. And we still looked at it like, yeah, bro, you have one of the best defenses in the league, and he was the MVP, bro. He put up fucking numbers.
Yeah.
And we look. I'm not saying Lamar Jackson is Patrick Mahomes. I will never say he's Patrick Mahomes. I'm smarter to think that Lamar is better than Patrick Mahomes. I'm smarter than that, bro. I know Josh Allen ain't Patrick Mahomes. All I'm looking for is consistency, because what we do is we go in advance. Like we give somebody, we make up our mind about a guy and say, oh, you know what? You're going to be a choke no matter what you do. If you don't win a Super Bowl, you're a choke job. And then another guy, we take him and we say, oh, if you win a Super Bowl, this is the most impressive Super Bowl anybody's ever won. Before he even does it. Before we even see how he does it.
Yeah.
What if he wins the Super Bowl 13-7?
So, but let's Hetty.
You want me to look at Patrick Mahomes and be like, oh,
but this
great
is,
ring, bro?
but Hetty, this is what we have to do though. So, from your little, situation that you did, you were just doing a Lamar. You're talking about Lamar
Or Josh.
No, it's Lamar because we don't. Nobody looks at Josh as a choke.
I look at Josh as just as good as Lamar.
As a choke though. What I'm trying to
I'm
say
not talking
is,
about choking.
but you were just saying
I'm
like
talking about credit. I'm
yeah.
not talking about choking. I'm talking about credit.
yeah,
When Lamar loses and his defense plays well, he deserves blame.
yeah,
When Patrick Mahomes loses and his defense plays well, he deserves blame.
yeah.
When he plays like shit and the defense plays well, the defense deserves credit.
And Hetty, when that happens,
if the
it will
Chiefs,
happen.
if
though.
the Chiefs win this year, it'll be only because the biggest reason will be because the defense is the best in the league.
This is the only thing I'll say about this, though. I can't take what's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that the Chiefs are going to make it to the playoffs
Right.
if it's Patty has another one of his great playoff run, like he has been over the last couple of years, and then whatever happens in the Super Bowl happens in the Super Bowl. So you keep on saying, "Oh, what if it doesn't?" It's almost impossible. The last player that I could remember off the top of my head that had subpar numbers, like these Patrick Mahomes numbers, and still got to Super Bowl and won was
Joe Flacco, probably.
no. Joe Flacco was on a. Joe Flacco was the reason
I
why.
mean, Joe Flacco has two, though. So I'm talking about the first one.
No, Flacco
No,
has one
Oh,
championship.
he
Flacco
wasn't there
won.
for the first
No,
Baltimore
No.
championship?
Flacco was on an absolute heater.
Right.
The last guy that I
Eli?
could think of was
Eli?
No,
Breeze?
even-
Eli was balling his ass
I'm telling you, Ben Johnson with Tampa in 2000, or Trent Dilfer.
Okay.
Those are the only guys
Okay.
that ever talking about like subpar numbers. The
Yeah.
only way that the Chiefs will advance to beat guys like Josh and to beat guys like Lamar is going to have to do like what he did like last year. 9 touchdowns, 3 picks. The year before that, 11 and 2. It's just the only way. Like you can't beat Lamar and Josh without doing that.
Can you go 9-0 with your quarterback having 12 touchdowns and 9 interceptions?
Yes, in the regular season when you play
Who else
the
has done it in the regular
Raiders.
season ever?
This different. I'm talking about when you're going
Who
to
else has done it in the regular season?
nobody
ever?
else, bro. But I'm talking
Why
about
not?
because I'm talking about in the playoffs, though, Hedy.
Okay, and I'm talking about the regular human me. I'm talking about the
Yes,
regular season.
and
Yeah, bro.
yes, he's
Has
getting
anybody ever
carried.
done it?
But you keep
No.
on saying the playoff, bro. You have to be good. You have to win in the regular season to get to the playoffs.
Yes,
Like,
and you
like,
could get away with great coaching, great playoffs, and being the best on third down and one of the best fourth quarter teams. That's how they're winning, guys.
I guess.
And they're one of the best special teams in the league.
That's how they're winning. I don't.
No other great quarterback. If let's say human me, say it keeps up. Say Patrick Mahomes doesn't play the hottest in the playoffs.
It won't. Then
And
they won't
win-
make it there.
But let's just say they do. Humor me.
Okay.
Call me an idiot. Humor me.
Okay.
And they win the Super Bowl. No quarterback would ever have gone through a Super Bowl like that. Ever. And we would have to look at that when we talk about GOATs.
Yeah.
And in that conversation, that context has to fucking matter. Bro.
Of course it does, bro. Of course.
Because like even when Tom threw a touchdown through the first playoff run, he threw one touchdown. His numbers still weren't bad.
I know.
He was still throwing a bunch of yards, a bunch of he wasn't throwing any
Heady,
picks.
I'm
He
just-
was accurate.
I just think that you're don't get caught up with the regular season.
I'm not
bro.
getting caught up. I'm
just
just
saying.
telling you.
Well, when that point comes,
You know
if
how
it
they're going to win the
happens-
Super Bowl? Is if Patrick Mahomes, and the defense is the best in the league.
Yeah,
How else do you win a Super Bowl?
it's the only way you're gonna win, bro.
Yeah.
Of course,
I'm not disagreeing about that part.
Yeah.
I'm saying let's give credit where it's due.
of course.
And we never give credit for outside things.
Of course, bro.
Before you bring up other athletes, which you always do when we talk about Patrick Mahomes, we gave other athletes props to their teammates and their coaches.
Of course.
We've always done it.
Of
I just feel
course.
like that stops when we get to Pat.
I
And it
can't wait
irritates
till
me.
February, man. I
It
can't
irritates
wait
me.
till
Whenever
February.
the Chiefs win, it's Patrick Mahomes won.
Well, because
Always.
but
We
Hetty,
never did that with Tom, bro. We
but-
always said Bill. We always
but
did
Hetty
that,
though,
bro.
the reason why though is because so we're talking up to this point, right? Last year they won because
I mean,
Patrick.
last year they were a top 5 defense in the league.
But Hetty,
too, bro.
but go look in the playoffs and see the numbers that he put up.
Yeah,
and
go
see
look
what
at what his teams held these teams to.
I know, but Hetty, this happens though. But we're gonna look away and we're gonna go look at numbers and we're gonna say, "Damn, Patrick Mahomes,
He had some great
numbers."
100%. You know who's directly attributed to those numbers? Some of them, a large majority of them. Travis Kelce,
Yes,
who's one of the best tight ends
Hey,
ever.
yes.
Who's an afterthought in Kansas
yes.
City now.
It's not because he hasn't played well up
But
to
in
this
the
point.
playoffs, regular season doesn't matter.
Yes.
We're talking about playoffs. Go look at his numbers in the playoffs. last year.
Yes,
He's the best target in the league.
yes,
He's the best receiver in the league.
yes.
In the playoffs.
Yes.
But he doesn't get credit for it.
He does though,
He
bro.
does it, though, bro.
He
It's always
does,
Pat Warren.
guys. But
It's
sometimes,
always
but
Pat
we do,
Warren,
but
bro.
guys, we
Come
do
on,
it with
bro.
Tom too. We forget about Gronk. We forget about
No,
the
we
guy.
don't.
we don't.
Yes,
No,
we
don't.
do.
It's
guys.
2024,
Hold
and
on,
we still
hold on,
argue
hold on, hold on.
percentage credit between him and Bill, bro.
Yes,
in
and we're
2024.
and we'll do that.
Where's
when-
that conversation with him and Andy?
We will when that time comes.
Will we? We're not
We
having it in his
will.
prime. Why would we have it in 10 years from
Because
now?
we have to-
only build guys up more and more.
We
as the stars
have to
get
wait.
Hakeem. We don't bring them down.
We have to wait, bro.
We don't wait.
We have
You're,
to
you're
wait.
trying to go backwards. Hakeem, as time goes on, we build these guys that we're watching more and more in our head. They don't go backwards. So if we're not arguing it now, we're damn sure not going to fucking argue in 20 years from now. We're going to be talking about Pat.
True. I'm not.
We don't go backwards. We don't say, oh, let's start to take away credit for this
Hey.
guy and give it to the coach. No, we do that when they're playing.
I'm not.
And then we try to take it away from the coach and give it to the player when they retire. We're already doing that with Pat now. That's all I'm saying. It's like when I watch it out there, Patrick Mahomes is the second best quarterback ever right now. Second greatest quarterback ever.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to be able to come and tell me, oh, you're wrong about Pat. I'm not wrong about Pat. I just called him the second greatest quarterback ever.
Okay.
And even with that, it just feels like sometimes we're unfair to the entire situation around him, and we put the entire credit on his feet when he wins, and none of the blame if and when he loses, because he's lost in Super Bowls before.
Okay.
And we never look at it and say, why'd you lose?
Okay.
We say offensive line wasn't good, your defense sucked, you know. We do all that, and then when he wins, we give that no credit.
I love this. I love this
We
conversation.
never did that with Tom. We didn't do it with Braun.
I'm
We
not-
didn't do it with Peyton Manning. We didn't do it with Aaron Rodgers. We just didn't do it, bro. It's just weird to me.
I'm not sure, brother.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
not really
It's
sure.
time for a new sheriff.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name the biggest NFL contenders in the league. You guys are gonna tell me what their biggest flaw is. The Baltimore Ravens,
Secondary.
Definitely
secondary by far. The Niners.
Health.
Health.
I think they're just
quarterback.
all past their primes at this point. I think it's just time passed them up. The Chiefs.
Quarterback.
Receivers.
I would say receivers and injuries probably caught up to them this year so far. The Lions.
Nothing. No, secondary.
It would be their secondary. Man, that team almost has 0 flaws. It would be their secondary.
I would still say it's the secondary.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I would still say it's the secondary. I'm not too bought up on the
We have
secondary.
the best deep ball defense in the league.
How
I just
about
wanna
the
get that.
Bills?
Weapons. Just weapons for Josh.
I would say the wide receivers.
Wide receivers.
Yeah, wide receivers.
mean,
Defense is a little hurt, but they're getting back. Last but not least, the Eagles.
The
Coach.
coach. It'll be
Coaching staff.
if the Eagles don't win the Super Bowl this year. It'll
so
be,
funny.
It'll be on Nick Sirianni a lot.
It just
a lot.
falls all on Nick Sirianni.
I mean, they're everything's fallen. Everything is like playing the role. Offense, defense.
He has everything he needs.
Literally.
He has arguably the best roster.
And
in
he's
football,
balling.
so.
Man, I love it. Hey, so I know you guys have been wanting to skip out on this topic because it's not a good sore point for you guys.
Oh my God.
We're gonna do the Basement Boys game of the week. Let me name out the records. Swayed all the way on the bottom
All right, man.
at 2-7.
Okay.
Despicable.
All right, cool.
I don't even want to look at you.
Don't look at me, boss.
Hetty at 4-5. You're flirting. You're dating 500 right now. You don't know if you should take it on a. You don't know if you should take it on a fifth
Right in
date
the
or
middle.
not.
I don't know what to do.
And the king, Hakeem, yours truly, 7-2.
You're really good at this.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate
Is that what
it.
you want to hear? You're really, really good at
No,
this.
I,
man.
I
Oh,
mean,
I meant it out of my heart.
no, I appreciate
Oh
it.
no, I
guys.
mean, okay, cool.
I'm lucky. There's a little bit of luck, and I have a little eye for it. You know what it is?
All right, cool.
All right, our game of the week. This is a good game. Baltimore Ravens versus the Steelers.
What do you have?
I'm not going first. I don't.
You
go
always
first.
start with us first.
Yeah, because I'm number one. So.
You're going first. Don't talk.
No, I didn't
We're
even
not gonna
know.
talk.
I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
Really?
I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I listen. The Steelers. I was wrong. I was very wrong about that team. Well, I wasn't. I was wrong about Russ. I knew what the Steelers had as far as defensively. Didn't know Russ can play like this because I still thought Justin Fields was a can of ass.
A can of
It's just like you open up a can.
A
You know how
can
they
of
say a
ass.
can of whoop ass? This guy's just a can of ass.
That's disrespectful. Man.
No, he was.
He's bad.
He's
not
no good,
great.
guys.
He's not great.
He actually proved how numbers and wins can lie sometimes for a quarterback.
Justin Fields was playing well.
Let me
He
explain
really
to you
was. He
why.
was playing well.
They were playing well, winning games. Those wide receivers were unhappy. Nobody was scared of them, and they put a quarterback that can actually spring that ball around really efficient. And I got to give Russ his credit. But I don't think any of the real big teams are scared of him. It's a divisional game. I'm gonna go with Lamar though. I just am. He scraped by Jaden last week. They scraped by it. I only picked him up
that game wasn't as close as you thought it would be, though. There was a lot of mistakes that happened. That
Rookie
game.
quarterback, it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens.
You're gonna go with Jaden Williams. You're gonna go with Jaden Daniels, but better, to squeeze out one more point.
Way better. Let's
Way
just
better.
make it very
What do you
close.
got,
He's
boss?
way better.
Before I say who I got, I wanna make this clear because I had this argument with a Steelers fan a couple of days ago. He's like, "Man, you guys were wrong about the Steelers," and I thought, "No, we weren't wrong about the Steelers. We just said we needed to see it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a brand new team with a brand new quarterback situation. Yeah, you got to see a couple weeks before you can make your decision. But my head tells me the Steelers, my heart tells me the Ravens. So I'm gonna go with my guy.
Lamar Willis.
You know, I'm not gonna go against Lamar.
I'm not either.
I haven't done it once this year.
I'm going with Lamar as well.
I'm not gonna do it this week.
You on Lamar?
I got the
We're
Baltimore
all taking
Ravens.
We're all taking.
We're all gonna be wrong.
Those
I
are though. For me and my money line, affection. That's just a game that I'm gonna absolutely stay away from,
Yeah, I would definitely stay away from
unless I lie bet it.
it. Is it
Because
in Baltimore or in Pittsburgh?
it
think it's
is
in Baltimore.
I thought it was. I thought it was in.
find
No, it's at the Steelers.
Is it really? It's in
Yes,
Pittsburgh.
sir. Yes, sir.
It is in Pittsburgh.
You know what? I'm pretty confident the Baltimore.
That's a 1:00 game.
I'm pretty confident that Baltimore is going to beat them.
What do you think the spread is?
It's gonna be an ugly score though.
Close.
What do you think the spread is, though? Who do you think is favored in that game?
Maybe Baltimore by tad. What are they? Minus
-3.
136.
-3.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, they
gave him 3
it's a
points?
divisional game. At the
Plus-
end
No,
of
it
the
should
day.
be 1.
Yeah,
Minus
even
1,
closer?
bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, they gave him
Plus
3 points.
150.
The Steelers are not a team you want to see in the playoffs. If they keep playing the way they are, it's not a team you want to see in the
I
playoffs.
don't think the Bills, the Steelers, I don't think the Bills.
No, the
Damn.
Bills would have issues with it.
I don't think that the
Ravens are
Chiefs, and I
minus-
don't think that Baltimore's scared of them.
Ravens is minus 180. Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a live bet.
That defense is elite.
It's really good, but
Defense is elite, bro.
Patty Lamar and Josh ain't worried about it. You need to listen. When it comes down to, you need to outscore. You need to outscore Lamar.
They've been putting up some numbers, bro, the last couple of weeks with Russ.
That's against, let's see them against
Against the Commanders, bro.
yeah, I don't, let's see them. They got some more to prove to me. I'm not gonna crown them,
No, I'm just saying that. I don't think it's a team you want to see in the playoffs.
Oh, wait. I need to say something. Because I left the last episode a little salty about something.
1 point.
Kyler Murray. When we talk about the best dual threat quarterbacks in the league, I'm only entertaining a few quarterbacks above him. Patty, Lamar, Josh. And then it's Kyler. Kyler has become underrated, bro. I think it's maybe because he tore his ACL last year and he was out. But yeah, we got to start putting some respect on Kyler's name, bro. We do. There were some quarterbacks last week that you guys were naming out. Like, can you guys do a quick would you rather for Kyler with me off the top of your heads?
Yo, could be
Do it for real quick.
Jared Goff.
I think Kyler's a better quarterback.
Dak Prescott.
Kyler, 100%. 100%.
Jalen.
Right now, I'll still take Kyler because it's only been like half a year.
Really?
If I could see Jaden
Hurts.
overtake him. Kyler.
Baker.
Kyler.
Damn.
But I've been on that though.
Derek Carr.
Kyler's left toe.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Quick.
No, Justin.
Very, very quick.
I mean,
Jordan
everybody-
Love.
Who? I'm sorry.
Jordan Love.
Kyler.
CJ Stroud.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Kyler, but Stroud couldn't overtake him.
You could say that for any quarterback, though.
No, it's close. It's really
I'm
close.
taking Hakeem right now. I'm taking Jared Goff over Kyler.
I said this like a couple of weeks ago when it comes to the Jared Goff thing. That's like a very different like situation with Goff that I can't
Explain.
You can't argue it because of what that team is. He
Okay.
deserves a
All right,
lot of respect, but like it's you know what I mean? Like
He
then
has the easiest job in the sport. Right
and
now.
not even
as a
like
quarterback.
he deserves a lot of respect. And I promise you, if they win the Super Bowl, it's gonna come off of his shoulders. I promise you, because he's gonna have to make the play. It always comes down to the quarterback, bro. It always does, right? He'll have to make the play. But it's just weird, like when we want to do like, you know, quarterback versus quarterback. Like, you know, Jared Goff is always gonna be the answer, but we gotta. You want to know what the best thing about the Lions is? It's their offensive line. It's the best unit in football by far. It's the best unit in football.
It's like this with them and Ben Johnson, offensive line. Literally.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Bo Nix or Kyler?
Kyler.
Really?
Kyler.
Bo Nix is
Guys,
Bo Nix having a
Kyler
good
is really, really good. Now, when the new Call of Duty comes out, did it come out yet?
Yeah, it
Oh,
came
then
out.
he still had a big game. Oh, you know, we're good. He got over it. He got over it. We good.
I think there's somebody I'm missing. Is him or Kirk?
Kyler.
I'm taking Kyler over Kirk too.
Here's the thing, guys. Is when it comes to Kyler, we just forgot about him. Wallow, we did.
Him or Brock?
Kyler.
Matthew Stafford.
Stafford. Stafford's getting a little old, but
I don't understand what you just did. That's what we said last week, though. Like,
no, you guys got
anywhere
ma-
between 10 and 12. We
you
just
guys,
named 8 guys.
you guys got me.
over
You
him.
guys got really mad at me when I took him over Dak. You guys got really mad at me when I took him over Hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't go over.
He
Hurts
doesn't go
just
over
yet.
Hurts.
Just yet.
100% over.
No, he
Hurts.
doesn't.
Just-
Anything that you could say about Kyler is the same issue with Hurts.
Okay.
And the only difference is that Hurts is playing with 10 times the weapons.
Weapons, 100%. But he has 10 times the wins too, though. Not like he's playing with.
But I mean,
more weapons
but
and less
again though,
wins.
but
10 times more wins.
we still walk into like we were walking to the season saying "Hey, Hurts, prove it to us. It's
You know
not
what,
like he
man?
ran away with it.
Kyler is a very good quarterback. I loved Kyler. I'm not gonna go as far as like how you are going. Like he's a great
No,
quarterback.
I don't
This
think
league.
that
I'm going to stick to what we said last week.
He
He goes
is.
anywhere between 9 to 15.
He is.
And it's all arguable. From 9
That's
to
all
15.
That's all he's ever been.
My walk around at the end of this season.
Go look at a lot of individual Kyler games. Some of them are duds, bro.
Some of them are nuts.
A lot of
Yeah.
like more
Abs-
than you'd expect from an elite
Absolutely.
quarterback.
I just was feeling about that about Kyler, bro.
No, but that's what we said for all of them. It's like, yeah, they have
He's,
games where they wow you and games where you're like, whoa.
All right, boys, let's jump off the old football. Let's get into the old basketballs here, full swing in the NBA season. So I think we all have our few teams that we think can possibly win the championship and things like that. You know, like the Detroit Pistons. We think the Detroit Pistons can win the championship. Right?
Why not?
So I'm going to name you guys some contenders, and you guys are going to tell me why, if they don't win the championship, what the reason it would be.
Okay.
The Lakers.
Health.
Yes.
Health and shooting.
Definitely,
shooting.
definitely health, and I think maybe a real third option, maybe. The Knicks.
The Celtics.
Youth.
They
Little
also
bit
need
young.
they also need a solid third option.
I think the
gonna be
Knicks.
depth.
I think if the Knicks don't win the championship, it's because of Jalen Brunson can't be your one. The Warriors.
They just don't have
Talent.
enough. It's talent. It's a
Yeah,
issue.
talent. I
It's
just don't think that Draymond can't be number 2. Definitely can't be number 2. The Cavs.
the Celtics. I
Experience.
maybe, bro. Yeah,
I love D Mitch, but I don't know if D Mitch can be your bona fide number one on the
he can be
championship
No,
team.
he can be your number one. He's just
I don't know.
experience.
The Mavs.
Luka.
Oh wow.
Luka's play style.
I don't see why they can't win. I don't see like the flaw in there. What's their flaw?
I would say a solid wing.
Clay.
They have the three best swings.
What are you talking
combination.
about?
I mean, like
They have a
I don't
great.
know if Clay can be the elite wing.
Oh, it's not a talent issue in Dallas, bro.
We got to get into that. The Celtics.
Porzingis' health.
Literally, yeah.
I would say the only reason they don't win the championship is if something like injury to any of them. But the Timberwolves.
Talent. It's a talent issue.
Is it?
Yeah, it would be a talent issue.
Not enough talent.
Because, I mean, as long as they're healthy.
And
they have,
Randall can be your number two.
again, I don't know. I mean, it's a different league than it was 4 years ago.
I think it's the
don't know.
same. I think it's the same issue that they had last year. I think that Cat or Randall, it's not enough to take them over the hump. I think it's the same issue, talent issue. Last but not least, the Thunder.
That's youth.
It's youth. Yeah, it's going to be
Youth and health, because we're watching it with Chet already,
Yeah.
dislocating his freaking hip.
That's crazy.
I mean, that type of shit happens throughout the season, but I think it'll be still youth. Like, even if the Thunder didn't win this year, they would still be too young to win. You know what I mean? They're the youngest team in the league.
Let's go back, Luka. Are you?
I don't know why you're shocked. I said this a long time ago.
you
I know
did.
we've been on that boat for a while, but you're a lot more adamant about it right now.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, so, the 10 highest usage rating seasons in NBA history, none of them have won a championship. None of them. If you take all 10
Do you know
usage
them?
rating
You know
years-
some of them off the top of your head?
Yeah.
Can I try to guess?
Michael in the 80s, Wilt Chamberlain. Harden is up there.
Luka has to be on them a few times.
Lucas, I don't know if he's cracks the top 10, but he's been up there. Like, he's been close to 10, if not.
Has
in the
LeBron ever
10.
been on them?
No.
Yeah, he passes.
Those types of guys, bro,
just don't do it.
is the issue is when you rely so much on one guy to create, it's usually because he's trying to make up for holes on your team. With Luka, it doesn't feel that way. With Luka, it feels like he knows how to play one way and one way only. He's not great off the ball. And when you need him on the ball, you're taking away the ball from Kyrie. So it's like that's a weird combination, a weird duo. But it's mostly because, bro, guys who have that high of a usage rating don't win NBA championships. He's James Harden.
Yeah.
Right now, he's James Harden who doesn't choke in the playoffs. That's all he is.
That's why I was so shocked when the Mavericks were in the finals last year.
Right.
Because I've always been that guy. Like, you don't win with a dominant point guard that just dominates
That's exactly
the
what I was
ball.
going to ask you. Were the Celtics that good, or were the Dallas Mavericks
Both.
not that good?
Both.
Well, both.
Or not
I
that
mean,
bad?
like the only person to lead his team, and the only time it's ever happened where the guy is the best passer on his team and won an NBA championship that way was LeBron and Magic. In NBA history, those are the only two guys. You can't be double-digit assists and be the best player and win an NBA championship. It generally just doesn't happen. Because usually when that happens, that means you have the ball all the time because you don't have enough talent around you, playmakers around you, so you're doing everything. And then when you run into a real team who's well-balanced and you don't have playmakers, you run into a brick wall at 70 miles an hour.
You want to know why it was so easy? I hated Harden because it was just so annoying to watch. Like, you knew what was going to happen. He was going to score. He was going to get to the free throw line. You want to know why it was so easy for me to be like, this guy's not going to win the play, even though it was because of the Warriors. But you want to know why it was so easy for me to be like, he's going to choke? Because he was so great that I knew that he was going to go out there every single time and try to outshoot the other team by himself. Just as a human, you can't keep on making tough shots every single time down the floor. And you also tire out.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens with Luka. And I don't know if you guys, I'm souring on Brunson. It's the same thing. Because when Brunson has to, when it's not just the Jalen Brunson show, and it's just not every single time down the floor, pick and roll. Now he has to try to figure out how to get Cat involved, how to get, Bridges involved. Like, I'm souring on him too. I
You're
think
starting on him or on the Knicks?
I've always been on the Brunson thing that he can't be your number one. He was on a heater last year. You get what I'm saying? Like, can you really see Brunson playing that play style and the Knicks win a championship?
Yes, depending on the team that's around them. But like
This team?
yeah, depending on the team that's around them. They, like
If they still had
one thing they
Dante,
missed out on a lot was size. Like they gave up some size.
But when has it happened, Eddie?
And now, what has happened?
No,
is they're
when-
one of the worst interior defenses in the league.
No,
right now.
but when has it ever happened that a guy like Brunson at his height, or even like Luka, been so ball dominant to win the championship?
But Brunson isn't that ball dominant though.
I felt like in the playoffs he was last year.
Last year, because the second option was
Yeah.
Dante DiVincenzo, so he's going to be ball dominant. But like generally speaking, he doesn't have an issue of ball dominance usually.
well, he was
Not
balling
like
last
Luka,
year
and
though,
not
bro.
like, you know, he was ball dominant, but he was also
And
efficient.
Kyrie has to take the last shot.
He definitely does.
Well, why, Luka? You're a beast, bro. You're arguably the best player in the league. Crunch time, I want to see Kai taking that shot.
I would say it depends on the situation. That's what I would say.
No, I don't care.
Bro,
Like
Luka's
that
clutch.
shot against Minnesota last year,
Different
he
story.
needed to
Luka's
take
got the
clutch,
switch.
bro. Luka's clutch, man.
But I need to see Kai taking that last shot.
And OTAs where it's like we have something set play, it should be running. It should be ran to Kyrie. It should be.
You
how
know,
it should
I was watching a game the other night, and it was there wasn't that much time left on the clock, and like Kai wasn't even involved. I'm just like,
Yesterday
yeah, like, bro, how's
against
that?
the Warriors.
Kai's just sitting there, and Luka took the shot from legitimately logo. It was close, you know. If it had a little bit more power, it would have
Yeah.
been nothing but net. But
No, he's a closer though.
yeah,
He's a closer.
yeah. I can see that.
But no, it's gonna be it's a Luka problem, and I don't see unless he changes his play style.
Which is hard.
I fear this is gonna be the result every year.
And that's why when people say, you know, is he one of those guys also that can ever catch like Bron's scoring? Because I mean, he's got some points on. I just don't see that being
Yeah,
sustainable.
because people look at the numbers and they get lost sometimes, and I gotta not understand that those numbers are actually hurting him, not helping him. Like Luka through the last like 4 years of his career, he's averaged 29, 9, and 9. That's fucking insane, bro. That's an insane.
And they've needed
Counting stats,
every
but, like-
single point. You got to learn how to play off ball, man. You have to learn how to play off
'Cause
ball.
he doesn't even need to be ball dominant anymore, but he still does.
So there's been a lot of chatter about Giannis being traded. And the Bucks came out and they said we're not going to do it, but Giannis is the type of guy when he's going to want to get traded, he's just going to come out and say it and he's going to get traded. He won't Giannis not the type of guy to stick around on a bad team. Because he's already told us. So I want to go out to you guys and I want to ask you guys, where would you want to see Giannis traded to?
Like realistically or like like fantasy?
Well, anything is realistically when you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Don't say Boston, but
No.
anything is realistic because,
Honestly,
yeah.
OKC.
oh, definitely OKC. But to be competitive, for just fun and just like entertainment.
New York.
No, him and either Atlanta or Charlotte would be very fun to watch.
Yeah, LaMelo
Charlotte,
and Trae
too, but
Young.
like Atlanta, because Atlanta has some size. So if you add more size, they got some wing defenders, they got some shooters, they got one of the best passers in the NBA. No, that would be a tough team to beat, bro.
If not OKC, probably the next.
Yeah. Hey, okay. Shy and Giannis.
Or Minnesota. And Giannis.
I don't know if that one's realistic, just weapons wise. So I've been hearing chatter, the Knicks. People are like trying to push the narrative. OKC should throw in some of these young guys to go get him.
I'm sure Chet is enough to grab him.
Chet and maybe a couple other
Yeah.
draft picks and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I mean,
I heard the Warriors one. I don't know if the Warriors have enough.
3 years ago.
Yeah,
If
that doesn't really
Steph
excite
I
me.
was
would
3 years
listen.
younger.
I'm a big Steph fan. I would love to see him on the Warriors, bro. That tandem of Curry, Giannis, and Dre.
I don't think that wins the NBA championship anymore, though.
Really?
Not anymore.
no, yeah.
I think Curry taking a clear back seat.
I don't know, bro.
That's the best duo in the league. Giannis and Curry.
I don't know, bro.
Who's better duo?
That's a better duo than LeBron and AD.
Just health wise,
Both of those guys are better than Steph.
that would be fun though.
Also, on the flip side, Giannis is better than both those guys.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Maybe Boston, but
Yeah.
That'd be ugly in Boston, bro.
Well, if you went to Boston,
Yeah.
No, bro.
Ew.
Don't even put that out into the universe. Don't even put that out into
That'd
the
be a
universe.
dynasty.
No, don't even put that into the universe,
That's
bro.
10. That's 7 straight.
Nah, Tatum would choke
And
that
then maybe
one
the
away
NBA
some
would
way,
be back.
somehow. I hope it happens. As a basketball fan, I hope he demands a trade.
As a basketball fan, you should hope he goes to Boston.
What?
100,000%.
I hope for some reason, some way, David Stern comes out of his grave and demands that they trade away Tatum and Brown.
You can say what you want, bro. Dynasties are good for the NBA.
Not Boston. I'm a Lakers fan, bro. I hope they never win.
Dynasties are good for the NBA, bro.
I hope they never win another game. I agree with you, though. Super teams are great for the NBA.
Not even super teams, just dynasties, bro. Dynasties are really good for the NBA. There's the reason why the NBA Finals, like, officially the NBA Finals are dead now.
Because there's nobody.
They're completely dead. The viewership has been on the decline since 2019. 2019 was the last high viewership count. And if you look and see why, 2020 Corona hit. And then after that, it was Bucks and Suns. Nobody's entertained by that. And then it was Warriors and Celtics. It was a young Celtics team. Nobody gave a shit about that.
Yeah.
And then it was
Denver.
Miami and Denver. Nobody gives a shit about that.
I haven't
You know what
watched-
people care about? They care about people they hate. They care about Kobe and Shaq. They care about Kobe and Paul. They care about the Big Three Celtics. They care about whatever super team LeBron's on. They care about Michael and the Bulls, seeing how many they can run off. They care about Magic and Bird.
KD.
They care about those things. That's why the NBA has died now, because you don't really care about any of these players. There's not a single player that you can look at and be like, hey, like I genuinely have an affinity or care for. You don't hate or love anybody in the league right now. Truly.
No, he hates Boston.
What the hell?
You don't hate or love, outside of LeBron and Steph, who are 40 now, you don't hate or love anybody in the league.
You still hate Boston.
He hates the franchise, but I'm saying, like, he doesn't feel, and even Boston, he doesn't feel strongly enough about him anymore, because there's really they're all baby faces. There's nobody really to hate anymore.
Yeah, I'm not.
You watch what
I
you
hate Boston, but take away Boston away, because I when I signed up to be a Laker fan, I had to. There's another line that said you must hate the Boston
I'm out of
Celtics.
this conversation
The
because
NBA
I
did it-
loved
the
every team, every player. I
No,
was
you liked them. You liked watching them, but you don't have an affinity for any of them.
You
like,
don't?
You don't hate or love
No.
any of them, because, like, who cares? Right now,
Yeah.
like, the NBA went polar opposite.
Is it the
of
NBA
what
or
they
is
were
it
doing.
us?
No, it's the NBA.
No,
Because
it's
what
us.
they did was like, oh, we have super teams. And they thought it was a recipe for disaster. When in reality, the highest viewed finals in the last 15 years were those Golden State and Cleveland ones. Because it was two super teams running up against each other. And then now they went complete opposite. We're like, oh, we want, everybody to be good. And we want, the structure where everybody can compete. And then when you do that, okay.
Think about this real quick.
You get Denver and Miami.
1.5 superstars on each team and a bunch of role players.
What is it?
1.5 super.
Sometimes you don't even get a
superstars.
half.
Yeah.
Like Jamal Murray ain't even a half,
Yeah,
and
true.
he was in the finals.
Think about
as
this.
two
You
last
make such a
2 years
great
ago.
point. Think about this. When I knew from game one of the preseason that it was going to be Golden State versus the Cavs, I was never more excited to come to the finals.
Of course.
When I knew from game one of the preseason that it was going to be the Celtics and the Lakers, I was never more excited for this for the season. But now, like, you're right, bro.
Because there's no more legacies. Like when we used to say, oh,
It's a new
like
era.
LeBron is playing Steph in the NBA Finals. What does this mean for Steph? That had real implications. A championship had real implications, bro.
Of course.
We saw a championship for a lot of people. A lot of the
Change.
general public, their GOAT changed after a championship, bro. So, like, yeah, that's a big deal.
But you know,
But now, we had this question not that long ago. Like, whose legacy would change the most with NBA championships? Like, oh, maybe D. Mitch?
nobody's.
Maybe Shy, I guess? Like, what legacy is there?
But you want to know why, though? It's because the
They're all young, Eddie.
It's
all
it's
young.
because
Are they all young?
Yeah, man.
Are
but
they, though?
it's
I mean,
because
Shy is almost 30, bro.
do you want to know why?
He's like 27, 28 years old. Like,
It's
he's not
because
that young.
the NBA.
When did LeBron win
It's-
his first championship?
2012.
What year?
He was 9 years,
I mean,
8 years in.
How old was he?
I mean, he was still 28 because he came in at 18.
Yeah,
but
it's a
like,
different
he was,
story.
it was 9 years into the league, bro. 8 years.
I just feel like they're all just young. This is a new generation that we're watching. And we got to build it up.
It goes back to
That's all it is,
A
though.
little
Eddie.
more than that. bro.
it goes back to there's not a true face of the NBA because the faces are still LeBron. It's still LeBron, and LeBron is 40, and it doesn't matter what happens with him, winning or losing wise.
Right. That's what they want to do. They want to make They wanted it to be possible for Detroit to compete and Charlotte to compete and Miami to compete and Denver to compete, and fans thought it would be a good thing. It was a refreshment from what we just got off of. But then they quickly realized, like, hey, I really don't give a fuck about Nikola Jokic, bro. Like, he's great.
And we care about once in a while.
So what?
And listen, we
No,
care
100%.
about once in a while when a team does build. It's like that in every sport, right? If I told you that the Super Bowl this year would be the Bills and the Packers, would you be excited?
No, 100%. 100,000.
See, football's different.
It's not though.
Yeah, it is.
You want to know
It's
why?
only one time a week.
Can I say something real quick?
Football's really different.
But let me make baseball this year. We all think baseball's boring as hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I watched the game.
It didn't creep your interest a little bit when it was the Dodgers and the Yankees.
Because I watched the game.
It did, but like, okay, I didn't like.
Who
pay
was
mind to it.
wait? Who was in the World Series 2 years ago? Can you name a team?
The Astros?
No. Can you?
You asking me? I don't know.
But in 2 years, when I ask you who was in the World
Aaron
Series,
Judge, Ohtani. Yeah, you'll know.
Well, we can't. You can't do that with. I played a parlay on them. That's how I know they're on.
No, you know them with or without a parlay.
No.
You know Ohtani and Aaron Judge with or without.
my whole point,
okay, yeah.
it was 2 super teams. It was the 2 most payroll teams. And it was players that you know, players that have implications on it. Same thing in the Super Bowl. Lions have built themselves up that people all around America care about the Detroit Lions because they relate to everybody. They're tough.
Or they hate them.
Or they hate them. I'm not going to lie. I really, I work at a job where I talk on the phone all day and I talk to people all around the country. And when they seen my 313 aerial come through, people in Idaho, go Lions.
Yeah.
People in California.
Because they hate the Chiefs.
They hate the Chiefs.
That's why.
But as much as we hated the Patriots, or people hated the Patriots, yeah, bro, I didn't want to watch the freaking
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
want to see the big names and the big teams. in there.
It went from
It was too much corrected. They corrected way too
you
much.
know what we went back to? We went back to the 70s. So in the 60s, people cared about the NBA because it was Bill and Will. There was storylines behind it. And there was a lot of racial tensions in America. So there was things we were watching. 70s come around. It's nothing. I guarantee you probably can't name me one championship from the 70s. The 80s come. Then it's Magic and Bird. It's 2 guys that play the same play style, damn near. They have the same structure around them. One is flashy showtime. One is blue-collar, hard-working guys. And you have complete 2 polar opposites. And people try to ignore all they want. But it was also a black and white tension thing in America,
of
too.
course.
And that played a factor. And it had people coming to the seats and people coming to their TVs to watch that. That finished by Black Jesus in the 90s. And you're like, man, how many can this guy run off?
Right.
How many can this guy win, bro? This motherfucker is averaging 35, and his team is averaging 90. How many can he win? So that happens. Cool. We get off of that. We get the greatest duo in NBA history. We get Kobe and Shaq.
Everybody
And
wanted to see that thrpeat.
Kobe
Everybody.
and Shaq. And then we get those guys that are like, man, how many can they run off? I don't give a fuck if they're playing Indiana in the NBA Finals. Who's 38-year-old Reggie Miller and Rick Smits.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. No, I'm serious though.
I know.
It didn't matter who they were playing against. That went away. The Spurs dynasty came. Like, yeah, it's boring, bro. But how many could these motherfuckers win anyways, bro? They're up to 3 now. In the last 6 years, how many could they win? That stopped. LeBron and Warriors came.
Everybody
LeBron and Steph. Everybody lined up was like, man, is this guy actually the GOAT? What about this little guy who's the greatest shooter of all time? How many could he run off? And then 2020 came. LeBron won his last one, then it died. It stopped. We got Giannis and Devin Booker. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
It was cool to see Giannis win his first. But who honestly gave a fuck about
Nobody.
it? What implications did that championship
Even
have?
when it
Then the year after that.
yeah.
It was Steph and it was Boston. And funny enough, the one little peak it had was when Steph was in the NBA Finals. Because could you do it without KD? There was a storyline.
Yeah.
Last year, nobody gave a fuck. When it was Miami and Denver, that was the first year in my entire adult life where I didn't go watch the NBA Finals actively. Where I was watching it in the background.
You're 100%
I
right.
didn't give a fuck. Who cares? Oh, Jimmy Butler won one. Okay.
Even the Miami, the Heatles, everybody and their mothers ran to the TVs to watch hope they lost.
To lose, yes, 100%.
To lose. It didn't
1,000%,
even matter who they played.
1,000%.
Even they played Dallas Mavericks, who generally are not
Listen, hate, love, doesn't matter. What sells is emotion. The worst thing you could do is have a product where people are emotionless about.
You're a little against this
Does
because
nothing.
you like the random teams once in a
I
while.
like the
I feel
random
like
teams. I like the young guys coming up. I like the change. Like I didn't mind. Of course, I loved when LeBron and well, I loved every minute of it every year. It wasn't boring. Even now, I just loved the young guys getting a chance. The change of scenery in the NBA, bro. I love this NBA.
You like it. Mm-hmm. I like watching it. He likes watching it. The casual NBA fan don't give a fuck.
Let's
There's
call
no
it what it is,
storyline to
Hey,
bring
but
him in.
Hetty,
I would love to see Shai win the NBA
Hetty.
championship. I truly, my heart of hearts, would love to see him win one. If it doesn't,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
let's
care.
call it what
You-
it
you
is.
see what I'm saying?
I
Yeah,
love
but
watching basketball because I love basketball.
right,
But I love to pick something I'm either gonna love or I'm gonna hate.
right, and there's nothing
In
to
the
hate or love right
finals, and there's nothing this year except. You know what? It wouldn't even be the finals.
now. It would be West Conference Finals if Steph played LeBron.
No, for me, it would be KD and LeBron, and LeBron's still beating him at 40. Because right now LeBron's on my team, so I don't care if he beats Steph.
I promise you, if Golden State plays LA in the West Conference Finals, that will have more viewership than the NBA Finals will.
100%.
I promise you.
It comes back to where if I had to
You can say, bro, but like, it's bad. Viewership is bad. Bro.
I wouldn't be running.
Miami viewership.
I
was
wouldn't
bad,
be running
bro.
to your house to watch the finals
No.
when it's Denver and Miami.
Nope.
But I promise you, if it was the Lakers and Boston, we would be.
Yeah, 100% you would, because now it's Lakers Boston.
I wouldn't be running to your house if it's somehow the
Minnesota
Pacers.
and the Knicks, for example.
No, I'm not running to the house. Maybe I'm starting
Yeah,
to
but I'm
like.
watching every game of that game. What
You're
do you-
watching every game.
But there's
Like,
nothing behind it, bro.
I'm
there's no-
interested. Like I'm.
It's interesting.
No,
Yeah.
you're not getting it.
You're an NBA fan.
Oh, I understand. No.
For
I
a
get it.
casual
Yeah.
person, like if I'm let's say I'm 42, and I've been watching basketball very casually, I'm not going to be able to name more than 3 guys on the court.
Guys, when it comes down to it,
You
it's
understand
because
what I'm
our
I completely understand.
when it comes
I
down
just-
to
I
it,
can't
it's
be in this
because the
conversation.
faces of our NBA are older guys. It's LeBron. I don't care what anybody says. It's still the face of the NBA.
That's what I just
And then
said.
number 2 is Curry.
Your parents are boaters, right?
Yeah.
Mine are too. Your parents are boaters, right? My dad, like when he used to sit and watch these Warriors and Cleveland games, bro, he knew Draymond Green
Yeah.
because he sees him on the TV every year in June and July. My dad, who's 60 years old, bro, who's an immigrant here, would watch these games, and he'd have emotion about it.
Yeah.
He would want, hey, inshallah birbah LeBron. Inshallah LeBron wins. Hopefully he wins. Hopefully this guy loses. Oh, I don't like this guy. Oh, I like this guy. Oh, I fuck with this guy. Now if I put it on, my dad is on his phone, but he's not even looking up. There's no storyline.
No, there isn't.
There's nothing to get him going.
There was a storyline last year with Boston.
No, there wasn't, bro. Nobody gave a fuck about that championship, and
nobody
today
cared.
nobody gives a
Nobody
fuck
really
about
cared.
that championship. Because if they gave a fuck, Jason Tatum would be clearly the face of the NBA.
Yeah, we're all that did it.
Clearly, bro.
Boston is the face of the NBA, though.
No, they're not. There's no
but-
face of the NBA,
but you know
bro.
what?
Right now, LeBron can put more ass in seats than the entire
But
Celtics roster could today.
there
bro.
wasn't
Come on.
a real there was no story there.
They came to Detroit. Boston came to Detroit like 2 weeks ago. LA came after them by a week. 3 weeks ago, whatever it is now. The Lakers tickets were double the price of Boston for a 41-year-old LeBron James.
It's LeBron. Eddie.
It's the NBA champion.
It's LeBron.
But that's the
the
problem,
NBA
though.
champion.
But that's the problem, though. Why is LeBron at 41 years old still having to be the face of the NBA?
Because it's LeBron James.
It's LeBron
When
James.
Kobe was around when he was
When
35,
Kobe-
he wasn't the face anymore.
Kobe wasn't. You want to know why though?
he was.
Because
No, he
the
was
NBA.
not, because LeBron and Steph were at full fucking
Yes,
force.
they-
Why would
Kobe
be a
was
face?
beloved, but he wasn't. I'm the biggest Laker fan outside of
Kobe
California.
was loved, okay, but you're talking about the GOAT.
But wait, let me start something.
No,
though.
you're not going to.
Curry isn't the GOAT, right?
The GOAT.
Curry
You're
isn't the
talking
GOAT.
about LeBron as the GOAT.
But wait,
No.
Curry's not the GOAT. No. But what during that time, the NBA wasn't trying to push, everybody being able to be creative. So what happened? The Warriors were able to build a team, add a Kevin Durant in that team. Even though we knew that the Warriors were still going to win the championship, we still ran to watch that. You want to know why I don't care about Ant? Because I don't truly think that he can win the championship.
You know what's funny is like one of them is going to.
But
all
it's-
these guys that we think aren't going, but they have to.
Yeah,
Who
I
else
mean,
is gonna
it's
win
just
it?
mathematically.
Somebody's gonna do it, right? But like even when they do, we're not probably gonna. Now I'll tell you when we walk here. Can I tell you when we walk here?
Yeah.
If Ant goes on a fucking tear and wins 2 in a row, you're like, whoa.
That's what I'm cheering for.
Hey, let's step back for a second. Is this guy gonna three-peat? And then if he does three-peat, bro, what does he look like? What does his career look like? He has 3 championships by 28.
But Hattie, guess what?
It's not about GOAT or no GOAT. Like Michael Jordan, hey, some people like they think like, oh, the difference between Kobe and Shaq was far from Michael.
Was it
Bro,
within 3-4 years?
Michael won in '98. Kobe and Shaq won in 2000.
Yeah.
It was a 1-year difference. People think like it was this completely different era, bro. He won in '98. 99, the Spurs beat the Knicks in that nasty fucking lockout season. And then right after that, they went on a tear through the league. It was 1 year after.
And guess what, guys?
it
Not
was already
only
sold.
not only are we hoping that Anthony Edwards wins the championship, the NBA is praying to their God
Yeah.
that Anthony Edwards. Last year, you
Well, I
guys,
will film.
you guys think that I kind of was hating on like Anthony Edwards. You guys didn't think I was full in, no, because I was kind of getting that feeling that the NBA was kind of trying to shove him in our face with all the, like we were already trying to crown him MJ and Kobe, but of course they're gonna try to do that. They see something and they're gonna try to capture that, and they're hoping he wins.
And he's super marketable too.
No, he's great. No.
He's
By the way,
super marketable,
he deserves it.
and he's on
good.
and he's on a dominant start.
Yeah.
this
Right.
year, so-
He's on it. But I'm saying they're hoping because they want a guy like him. Because Joker ain't gonna do it for me, bro.
And it's beautiful too, because like I don't know if you guys have seen or not. Not sure if you guys have noticed or paying attention. He's the best shooter in the league this year.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if you guys
he
seen. or
Yeah,
not.
I've seen
he
it.
attested it to the USA basketball
He's
playing.
the best shooter in the league this year.
Yeah.
Statistically.
Yeah.
Volume,
Yeah.
percentage. Like he's the best 3-point shooter in the league, which is
1,000%.
perfect for what they're looking for.
And unfortunately,
But again, nobody cares until you win one.
and unfortunately, and everybody's gonna hate me when I say this.
Europeans.
Nope, he will never be the face of the champion of the league, being on the Minnesota
Minnesota.
Timberwolves. I'm sorry.
He could do it in Miami.
He can do it on the Lakers. He can do it in New York. He can do it on Miami. He can do it in Golden State now. It won't be on the Timberwolves. You want to know why? Because I don't give a fuck about the Timberwolves.
Nobody does. People in Minnesota don't give a fuck.
You know
about
what I'm
the
saying?
Timberwolves.
And you know what? He's too big for that city, bro.
Yeah, he is.
Way too
He
big.
is. Like when him and Jettas did that whole thing, that
was
commercial,
wild.
people like in Minnesota were more excited about Jettas. That should have happened, bro. Jetta should not be bigger in your city than Anthony Edwards. He should not, bro. No.
I mean, Jettas is better at his position than Ant is at his position.
Basketball is different.
Basketball.
When you're an
with stars.
NBA star, you should be the biggest thing popping in your city, bro.
Think about this. Anthony
LeBron
Edwards.
James in Cleveland was bigger than his own fucking mayor. He was bigger than his mayor.
Think
bro.
about this, bro.
That's how it's supposed to
Anthony
be. bro.
Edwards, who we can draw comparisons to and play to Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Sometimes, yeah, bro, my dad doesn't know who Anthony Edwards is.
No.
And if I go to my nephew right now, it's funny. My nephew right now is in middle school. He's about to pop into middle school. You know who he still talks to me about? Curry.
Yeah.
Curry's still playing, and then
Curry's about to be 40, bro.
Yeah.
Why is he talking about Anthony Edwards?
They're still talking about Kobe.
I want you to think about that. My nephew is still talking to me about Curry. And so it's like, yeah, LeBron sucks. He's old. Like, it's so funny. The generation still passed that LeBron sucks, right? Why isn't he talking about Anthony Edwards? He talks to me about Wemby. He doesn't bring up Anthony Edwards to me.
You know what's crazy? And I'm going to jump on what you were saying right now. I'm going to put something in perspective for you. At the risk of making everybody in this fucking room feel old as shit, right? When you start, the age you start watching basketball and comprehending what's happening, usually, depends on when you start watching, is usually around 16, 17 years old, 18.
Just about.
Around that time, you start comprehending. You know what you're watching. You know what you're looking for. You know what you're looking at. By the time you're 17, 18, right? Cool. A 17-year-old is born in 2007 right now. That means when Kobe won his final championship, that kid was 3. That kid was 3.
That's crazy.
He's never known a dynasty.
That's
Because
crazy.
even when Golden State was winning their championships, the last championship they won with Kevin Durant, that kid was 10.
Right.
Dynasties are
Now,
great, bro.
when he's older and mature enough to understand what's going on in the NBA, there's nobody for him to jump on. So they start,
Picking and choosing.
picking and choosing. Like, oh, this guy's cool. This guy's really cool. This guy's really cool. This guy is nuts. This guy is this. But when I was 15, when I was 11, 12 years old, and I seen LeBron come to Detroit and smear shit all over the city at 21 years old, and you're 14, you're 12, 13 years old, you're like, yeah, bro, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I want to be that guy. I promise you there's not an athlete right now in the NBA. For most kids, they look at me like, I want to be that guy. You wanted to be Kobe.
I tried.
You and everybody else in your generation wanted to be Kobe Bryant. You wanted to be LeBron.
Hey, in
you
the
wanted to
gym,
be Mike.
Looking dumb
You
as
wanted to be Magic and Bird. The kid right now goes outside and plays basketball. Who does he want to play like?
Curry.
Hey, I try to talk like Kobe. I went
Curry's
into
the
the.
only thing.
A 10-year-old though wants to play like Curry. He doesn't know Curry.
And Curry changed the
I
game,
walked into
though,
the
bro.
huddle.
He changed the game, but I just told you, bro. His dynasty run, because I don't count 22 as part of the dynasty run, because it was 5 years after the last one.
Yeah.
His dynasty run ended in 2017. If that kid's 10, bro, he never saw Curry.
Swade, my
never saw
whole
Curry, bro.
reasoning is my nephew is probably like 11 now. He shouldn't be talking to me about Curry.
I completely
bro.
understand with you guys. I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I'm just talking about myself, bro. I love this kind of NBA, man. I love it. Like, I know I haven't
Who's your favorite
watched-
team in the league? The Knicks, right?
Yeah, I mean, not favorite
love
team.
the Knicks.
I love watching them. That's not my favorite. I don't have a favorite team. I never had a favorite team.
Yeah.
If I were to choose a team, it's because growing up, it's gonna be the Lakers, or obviously Detroit. But it's like for me to watch, I love watching. Bro, you asked this guy, bro. Last year I watched even besides the parlay. It was fun to watch Ant. It was fun to watch.
But when
Shai.
he lost, you weren't upset.
Of course,
Not
I'm
yet.
Yeah, bro. Of
And
course,
when the Knicks
I'm not.
lost, you weren't upset.
No, I was. I mean,
But
I was like,
but as a Kobe fan, when Kobe lost, you were upset.
because
Hey,
you're a
not
fan
even-
of somebody.
And
I'm
you
not a
won
fan.
LeBron, but that's the problem.
Yeah.
There's no more fandom anymore.
Do you guys?
There's no more fandom for guys.
I mean,
Do you guys know?
It's the 2K era.
Right.
This guy can shoot. This guy can rebound.
we're
This guy's
still,
really cool.
bro. I'm telling you,
Do you guys-
they're young, man.
Who?
I know I'm on this bandwagon heavy, and it sounds weird right now, but just look at it 5-6 years from now. LaMelo Ball has the name, has the look, and has the game.
Not in Charlotte.
Right. That motherfucker needs to go somewhere and be
LA.
competitive.
I want everybody in the Lakers.
He'd be perfect for LA.
Yeah.
You laugh. That's the perfect fucking player
Yeah,
for Los
oh, I
Angeles,
mean, of
bro.
course.
That's the perfect player.
Do you
for
guys
Los
know a
Angeles.
bigger, like, I'm probably one of the biggest Laker fans you guys have met, right? When the Lakers were bad, like down bad after Kobe for a
You're
while
still watching 'em.
and before LeBron, I was still watching the Lakers, but it was still exciting as hell to be a basketball fan because Curry versus LeBron, Cavs versus LeBron. There was always something there. Right now, there ain't nothing there.
Right.
Just being,
No, I agree with you.
you get what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, but I bet you, I'm willing to bet every dollar in my bank account if you didn't play parlays, you wouldn't watch as much basketball.
Yeah, I would.
And neither would he. No. And
yeah,
neither
I
would I.
No, I wouldn't watch that much.
No, I promise you he's not. I promise you, I know Hattie like the back of my hand. He wouldn't be watching fucking Utah
Regular
Jazz
season, no, I wouldn't
versus the Sacramento Kings. Normal.
By the second round, I'd be watching.
regular
By the
season.
second round, yeah.
I wasn't lying when I said that basketball back in the day on Thursday nights was funner, bro. It
was.
was funner, bro. And I don't care if I didn't have anything to do. I stayed up. I still had school in the morning. It was funner then, bro. There's more juice around
Emotion.
it, man. There was more juice around. Even when it was the Lakers versus the Spurs, it was like, damn, I get to see Kobe versus Duncan again. There was more juice around it. There was, oh man, Kobe versus D Wade. What is it now? Even when the Lakers and the Warriors play, it's like, oh shit, old man Brown versus old man Curry. There's no more juice around it, bro. I'm telling you. Who's Ant's biggest rival right now?
There is no rivalry.
Thank
Nobody's
you.
won anything. There's no rivalry.
I'm telling you,
in the
bro,
league
it's still we're young. They're all young.
They need to
teams.
step up.
They need to step up. They're gonna step up. It's a young era of basketball, brother.
But our point is,
But,
is that
the dynasties died 5 years ago.
I get it. But you never know. This could be another dynasty.
But-
Somebody could. Boston Celtics could have a dynasty.
but
we don't even
Sway,
know
but
it.
why was that?
It could, you're right.
You're kind of
I'm
missing
just
our
saying
point.
right now, it needs to happen.
Unless these teams are homegrown,
Right.
which is like really hard to be homegrown and become a dynasty. NBA is not allowing super teams to come together.
Okay.
So when are we ever going to see a situation where there's like a Warriors team or even like a Lakers team?
They'll create it by themselves.
It's hard.
Homegrown. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Like Boston is doing it right now. And I agree with you. If Boston wins this year,
Yeah.
next year, yes, that finals people will care about because they want to see Boston lose.
True.
Never
how it
know.
works,
Right
bro.
now, like you're shitting on the Knicks. You never know, bro. Cat could blow off. Brunson can blow up. Blow
Now,
up.
if Giannis went to the Knicks, woo,
That would be crazy. But like I said, if they play like that, Brunson averages 30. Cat averages
Don't
a
be
double
curious.
double
Don't
through
be
the.
curious.
Okay, I understand. But if they win and then they win next year, we're gonna talk, bro. They're young. All of them are young. We were nurtured.
How old do you think Jalen Brunson is?
What is he? 28, 29?
How young is that, bro?
I mean, it's not that young,
So
but
how
it's
many
not
prime
that old
years he
though.
has left?
But it's not that old though,
3.
brother.
It is old. For
It's-
you to start a dynasty,
it's
that's
not
old,
as
bro.
young, but it's not as old. That makes like, you know what I'm
To
saying?
start a team where people care about for 10, 15 years stretch, bro, it's old, bro. It's too old.
I don't know, man.
It's too old.
We'll
the
find
best,
out.
the best chance to do it was Luka, but again,
We'll
his
find
play
out.
style. The best thing that can happen for the NBA is Boston wins this year, and then next year they play in the finals.
We'll find out.
It's the best thing that can happen.
the
for the
best
NBA.
thing that can happen is that if Boston, and I hope this never happens, wins, somebody jumps over to the Lakers and LeBron
Or
and that
the-
player and Anthony Davis figure out a way to knock him
Yeah, the
down.
Lakers.
Or the,
It's always going to come back to the Lakers for me, baby. All right, I want to talk about one last thing, and then we're going to get out of here. Okay, so you guys know I'm a big NBA draft guy, right? Like we always play this game off air where I'm like really good at picking colleges, or like where people played. We're not going down this road in front of everybody. I'm not going to embarrass you guys, and I'm not going to let him tarnish my reputation.
He didn't tarnish it.
No, he
No,
tarnished
he
it.
didn't, man.
He
He
tarnished
just
it.
proved that you're a fraud.
No, he
You're a fraud.
I gave you 10 All-Stars.
he
in a
knows
row.
he knows how to get me.
It was
You
10
make me
All-Stars
look
in a row.
great.
Yeah.
But over the years, when I would look at these drafts over the last like 10 years, before these players get drafted, the funniest thing in the world is to look at what people give these prospects as comparisons. I'm going to name you guys some players, and we're going to look at what they compared them to, and then we're going to kind of talk about what they ended up being real quick. These are hilarious. Anthony Edwards. I went on like 5 different sites to see who people compared him to. They were all using his high ceiling as Zach LaVine.
What?
I could see it. out of college, I could see
And it took a year and a half,
it.
half a year, to show that he was.
out of college before he even stepped up from the NBA. I mean, I
I'm
understand.
surprised they went as high as Zach
yeah,
LaVine. to
well,
be
I
honest with you.
understand
Zach
that.
LaVine was a stud for a little bit.
James Wiseman.
Tim Duncan.
KG.
Bro, I seen Tim Duncan. I seen Chris Bosh.
Whoa.
The guy's out of the league right now, or he was at the end of a bench.
Whoa.
If I didn't know for the Warriors, I would have never known.
This is the most disrespectful one to me. So basically, any point guard that was athletic and was kind of fast,
Derrick Rose.
exactly.
we just threw it at Derrick Rose or John Wall. I'm gonna name you guys the players that people. Do you guys know who Emmanuel Mudiay is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Derrick Rose? Really?
Derrick Rose, John Wall, D'Angelo Russell.
To who? Derrick Rose?
No, look, Manu and Harden,
Just left.
just because he's lefty.
Who makes these, man?
Scouts. is
I'm
the issue.
talking about. I went on 5, 6 different just. These were their comparisons,
That's
bro.
nuts. That's disgusting.
You guys ready for one?
Yeah.
Jason Tatum.
Carmelo Anthony.
I was seeing Harrison Barnes, bro.
What? Ooh. Brother, ooh.
Markel Fultz.
Well, that guy was supposed to be the next.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, honestly. Well,
I was seeing people, word for word, were typing on Markel Fultz. I don't want to use James Harden because I think it's automatically going to be a thing. Like, people were so sure that Markel Fultz was going to
Hold
be
on, man.
James
Forgot.
Harden.
We don't know, though.
Oh, no, we know. We know.
I mean, in college.
No, no,
though,
no, we know,
all
we know.
thought- bro, he went number 2, didn't he?
Fucked up, man. He lost like 3 years out of his career, bro.
I forgot to play basketball.
Like, Bro, LaMelo. People were using LaMelo as like Rondo, Sean Livingston. Just because he's tall.
Tall point guard.
But the guy was automatic.
Luca was a tough one for people. Manu, Ricky Rubio, Dragic, legitimately in his first year, he was better than
fuck?
All of them.
all of them.
By far.
Not even a question.
This one was funny, bro. Trey Young. They were saying Steph Curry, which is a fair one.
Dame.
Steve Nash. Somebody had Jason Williams and Isaiah Thomas combination.
How do you combine that? What kind of parlay is that?
DeAndre Ayton, DeMarcus Cousins, and Tim Duncan.
Wow, he's the complete opposite of DeMarcus Cousins.
He's
Holy
the
shit.
worst. He's the worst defending center in the league. He's one of the worst I've seen.
Versus arguably the best defensive player of all time. But
Horrible.
I am getting so. This is all sports now too. I am getting so sick, and we all fall into this trap. The word generational gets thrown around way too much,
no, it's limited to one guy usually every 10 years.
and it's every year.
Maybe two guys.
You know how many times I heard the word generational? Andrew Wiggins was generational. Ben Simmons was generational. People were saying that Ben Simmons was going to be Magic Johnson, bro.
Yeah. But more athletic. Remember? Magic, but more athletic.
I love Colin Cowherd. There's a soundbite on there, and Colin, I love you. Come on one day.
Hey, off topic. Wemby had 50 points today. 8 threes. Giannis had 50 as well.
Well,
53.
and nobody gives a fuck.
Oh, I care about
No,
Wemby.
Wemby had 50 points and 8 threes.
He's a beast.
Yes. Wild.
I stick on it. I think that kid's going to go down as a top 10 player of all
And yet
time.
you're interested, brother. And yet you're interested.
Well, I'm not running to us.
I don't like the
But out of all love, though, I haven't watched one San Antonio Spurs game. Fully
They're
this
not
year.
on TV.
I don't like the motor.
I have
I have YouTube TV.
I have
Well,
YouTube
I'm just saying,
TV. I have every game.
for
I
the
have
average- for the
I
average
have the
viewer,
option
brother.
to watch. And my nights
You
are pretty free.
You do, but like the average viewer doesn't have like the luxury of having league pass, man. So you wouldn't be able to watch every single game.
I don't think they care.
Not yet. They don't.
League Pass was getting sold a lot more in the 2000s.
Now it's
and
easier to
stuff.
get league pass though.
Exactly. And it's still sold less.
So it's weird. Going back to my nephew. My nephew brought me Curry, and then he brought me Wemby. But the only reason he brought me Wemby is because Wemby's an alien. He's 7'6", so like that, you have to see that. But like he don't know who Shai is. He don't know who Anthony Edwards is. And my nephew is like basically an AAU basketball. Like
Give it some time. Give it some time. I'm telling you, I promise.
How many more people?
Maybe you're right.
How many more people does Anthony Edwards have to dunk on before he knows him?
But we're saying like that's what's going on now.
I
We're not
completely,
saying it's
I
gonna be like that
completely
forever.
agree
That's
with you
what's
guys.
going
But
on
I'm just
now.
saying, give it some time. Just give it some time, man. This is a young league. We're gonna have some fun. Let's wait for it.
Hey man, this was fun, boys.
Great episode,
We
boys.
we hit everything.
Yeah, the only thing we didn't hit is you guys shed on me because I had spaghetti and wings today. It's a great combination.
Listen.
Spaghetti and wings go together. Bro.
Listen.
They go together.
No, they don't.
They go together.
Just hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm
It's
listening.
like a parlay. You know what I'm saying? Once you plug them in, oh man, like
I got combo.
separate. Play him as a straight bet. Crazy
No, they're
odds.
crazy together, bro.
Of course you had to have another thing with wings because you can't have wings as a full course meal.
I mean, I could have had fries.
You can't
Yeah,
have
you can.
wings as a full course meal.
Hey,
Can you have boneless wings as a meal?
If you put it in front of me and it's the only thing, I'm gonna eat it, but I'm not gonna enjoy being full off of just boneless wings.
Can you have fried chicken as a meal?
Fried chicken a little different.
why?
Off the bone, though.
Why?
But no, if you just put
It's the same thing, just fried.
Hey, wait. But real talk though, if you don't put
Boneless wings
I
and
need
fried
sides with-
chicken?
I need the sides with the fried. I need mashed potatoes.
Okay, first of all, you don't need shit. My cat eats more than you do, bro. You don't need shit. This is the man that's talking. If I put 3 wings right now, bone in with some fries, you'll finish 1.5.
but
What are you talking
Why
about?
are you talking about food?
He's talking
no,
about not
wait,
being satisfied
wait,
with
wait,
food.
wait,
What?
wait, no.
You gotta
I'm not,
combine the half a ton right here.
I'm not talking about what makes me full. I'm not talking about what makes me full. I like to see certain things at the table.
Yeah, not,
So-
you don't.
But you're just gonna touch all of them. You're not gonna finish
I
any
love
of them.
my wife with every being of my soul. If I came home and there's only wings on the table, I'm gonna be like, babe,
Because she doesn't know how to make them.
No, I'm gonna be like,
That's what we're gonna do from now on.
Literally.
I'm gonna be like,
Hey, you know what? That's literally what we're gonna do.
I hate
from
when
now
people do that. Oh, I hate this. Yeah,
Yeah.
you never had it good before.
Yeah.
No, it's just not good. That's
Tiramisu.
it.
no,
Oh, you
bro.
never
But
had a
sometimes
good-
you can have. No, Joe. Sometimes you can have shit from the wrong place, though.
Like,
I know, but it's when it's something like fucking pizza. Somebody says, I don't like pizza. You can't tell, oh, you just had bad pizza.
Bro, if I-
No,
Wait,
motherfucker, I've
wait.
eaten 30, 100,
Wait,
3,000 pizzas in my life. That's just not good.
Wait. If I introduce somebody to pizza in certain places in Dearborn for the
Yes.
first time, I'm not gonna fuck anybody up in Dearborn. And I took them to the wrong place.
Yes.
That can't ruin pizza
That's
for them.
on
It
you. for
can
taking
if
them
the
to-
first time he has pizza is at fucking 21. Yeah, it could do it. But what are the odds of that happening?
But you can have tiramisu from the wrong place, bro. You can. I'm telling you,
I
you can.
completely
Or I
disregard your
can't
theory.
like the flavor. Maybe the combination of flavors.
Hey,
is
you
not
know what,
like-
man?
You like everything,
Hey,
bro. You
my
got it from the wrong
God,
fucking
my
place.
God.
Hey, you know what, man? You know what? You had ranch at the wrong place, man.
No, ranch is a sauce, though.
Doesn't matter.
Hey,
idiot.
people, we're 100 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. We're gonna party when we hit that 1,000.
We gotta do something special for when we hit 1,000. We're
Party
actually at
like a
901,
rock
so we need
star.
99.
And he's gonna take off his shirt and show his guns to
I'm
everybody.
definitely not gonna do that.
I don't know who told you this.
I'm not gonna do that. I have some spaghetti and wings on the set though.
Hey, we should have like an episode.
Spaghetti
where
and
we
wings.
eat-
You should be disgraced,
Hey,
bro.
we're gonna. No, I swear.
It's
to
a
God,
bad
flames.
combination.
You guys are ignorant. You guys are ignorant. Oh, cigars when we hit 1,000 on the set.
Yeah, we gotta come pimp out.
Can I? My lungs take that?
Yeah, you'll be okay.
You'll be fine.
Hey, I hit my wife's vape today.
Died, huh?
Died.
You gotta get a couple of Marlboro Light shorts in your system. You'll be okay, cuz.
We love you guys so much. See you guys next time.
Deuces.
Peace.